All right, mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 2. I am your host Joe Budden. This is I Will Name This Podcast Later, episode number 77. Across from me is Rory Lanes. To my right is fucking Ice. To my left is our special guest. He will not be announced just yet. Right? I'm trying to figure out how to announce.
Do you have
a
planned intro?
Yeah, because I need podcast listeners. This is big. Pause for Ice and his fucking 15-year-old friends that think everything is gay. They think about dick in their ass, everything you say. So pause for Ice and his friends. But to the adults, this is a very special podcast to me. I tweeted about this earlier. I'm trying to figure out the right way to convey exactly why this is special to me. So you don't say shit, special guest yet, right? So, my special guest, right? Oh, and to the people who are asking that think that since Marisa got fired, we do guests every week, Rory, because that's been a concern.
It has, in my mentions. It has not been the case. I mean, I guess you could make...
no, it's been the case.
Ice has been pretty consistent.
I'm not a guest,
Sin's
though.
just been in the room.
Yeah, I just...
Star was Star.
We had Star.
You had Star. That was your guess.
No.
But if Monty was still here, that would have probably happened anyways.
Ice,
Right.
So
Star. I don't know.
I won't say.
Y'all can't call me a guest.
Hey, I'm not Elliot and them. I'm not Nori and them. I don't rely on no motherfucking guests. Y'all already know what you get when you listen to this podcast, hopefully, if you've been listening. So now, my guest today, as I contradict myself.
Yeah, right.
So this is why this gentleman is... So, all right. Maul is my guest. That means nothing to you guys.
That was the intro? He couldn't say shit for you to go,
you couldn't.
Maul's
No.
the guest.
I want Maul to just shut up right now. Maul is my guest. If you're looking for him on Twitter, it's at Maul with 3 underscores. It's the dumbest @ name I've ever seen or heard in my fucking life, and he won't change it. He must think it's Fly, but he's from Harlem, so they know Fly better than me, so I'll leave it alone. Maul...
Aesthetically, it looks all right.
Maul is special here. Maul has spent a lot of time with me, right? And to me, and I'll just delve into my weird brain for a second, Maul's value is, me and my mom are very close because my brain is complicated and she's able to simplify things, and Maul puts those things in ebonics in very hood nigga terms for me. Like, no, Joe, you don't need to put on your fucking Christmas LeBrons and run through the woods because the cops are here for a noise complaint. That's what I mean when I say that. So that's one reason that Maul is special to me, right? Maul also somehow knows everyone. Everyone. I mean, the people he doesn't know. I don't know how. I don't know what he does. I don't know. Maul knew the guy that Tahiri was cheating on me with way before I knew. Tahiri wouldn't even tell me. I got some new nigga. Fuck you, motherfucker. He a secret. Nobody knows him. Maul knew him.
Did he tell you not to wear your Christmas LeBrons to Tahiri's house that day?
I didn't have the LeBrons then, but Maul knew who that guy was. If there's ever a chick somewhere and you need to know her whole facts, Maul knows that. Maul is in tune with everything in the streets, right? All of that is cool, right? And...
Maul is Wikipedia for the hood?
Well, for me, anyway. For me, when I needed to know who people were, Maul... Anybody knows Maul knows this about Maul. This stuff is not a secret that I'm saying, right? So I don't know, Maul, how much is secret here, right? So Maul was at my house last night, and I told Maul that I was trying to explain why he was such a special guest. That's to me. To you guys, Maul, I don't think this is very known because you don't make it known because you a Harlem nigga and you just cool and you're from a different generation where name dropping and all that shit wasn't important.
Right.
Maul is like hip-hop royalty. So if you see him tweet about music, he might know a little bit about music, not so much about basketball, because he comes from... Maul is brothers with... Who you can, I don't want to divulge that.
Dope.
But I can't say because I got beef with niggas. I still got beef with.
Nah.
Yeah, I still got beef with. Me and Maul were at the Michael Kaiser and Angela Yee's bowling event they did a few years ago, right? Me and Maul lived together. Maul's my man. Jay and Beyonce came up in the elevator. Me and Maul were leaving.
I was there that night.
You were there? Me and Maul were leaving. I'm like, yo, Maul, come on, we out of this bitch, right? And then Jay gets off the elevator, right? And then stops. Leaves Beyonce even to talk to Maul. And then in that point in my head, I was like, you know what, dog?
Who the fuck is this guy?
You know what? Listen. So now I'm just standing there wishing I could smoke in a bowling alley, and I can't. And then I feel like Jay was side-eyeing me a little bit. I feel like that was a troll, but I ain't gonna talk about that right now. So clearly he's important to some other people too. So Maul is here.
He took your contract and your best friend? That's crazy.
Fuck Maul. Maul been phony.
Oh shit. That's crazy. That's crazy.
So we here and we're just gonna kick it. We're just gonna shoot the shit.
Yeah, let's shoot it.
I did want to Frank, Iceman.
That's your man.
No. I got the album from you.
But Frank is your man. You were just saying on the last shit, you was Frank Hive before everybody.
I don't even think Ice likes Frank.
I don't.
Does Frank have a hive, gentlemen?
He definitely does.
Yeah, he does.
What's it called?
People were really getting mad when
it's called The Gaze.
He kept pump faking with the album, so I'm guessing he had that.
But I don't know if that's a hive exactly. Frank, like, he don't say nothing. Like, that nigga is,
I feel
when
like
he's low, he's low.
I feel like if there was a hive, they would have yelled at all of us for asking for the album.
Yeah.
I felt like everyone was asking for the album. I don't think a hive would do that.
All right, so now that y'all got it, you happy?
No. Slow down, Brand Nubian. Ice gave me the album, right? And then I listened to the album.
No, wait. Let's go before that.
Yeah,
I gave you
Which
the visual album first.
First of all, man, I'm a real nigga, so I'm never watching a visual album.
I gave you the audio version of the visual album. I didn't watch the shit.
Okay. I like that.
You didn't want
Endless.
You didn't want to watch Frank build steps
I didn't
for
watch
45
that
minutes?
shit.
I don't know. Is that what it was?
Yeah, that's what it was.
I don't know what it was.
He was creating
Just
the
with
endless
music playing,
staircase.
he created the staircase.
I really did enjoy that project. Endless. All three of you have heard that.
Yes.
I'm assuming because you guys.
I didn't hear it.
You didn't hear Endless?
I didn't hear anything Frank just put up.
Why?
I just didn't get a chance to really sit down and listen to any of it. And I wasn't in the house when he was streaming the live stream of the album. I wasn't at the computer, so I didn't see that. And
okay.
I didn't buy the album or listen to it yet.
So
but I'm hearing great things.
So you're not in Frank Hive?
No, I'm not in Frank Hive, no. Sorry.
So you got to change that.
He's talented.
I think
he's talented, but I'm
not in the Hive.
No. I'm not running home to listen to
Are you homophobic?
No. Not homophobic at all. I went to high school with a bunch of gay.
If he were to get out of an elevator, would he dap you and leave?
No, I don't know Frank.
He might fucking with this fucking nigga Sean. Anyway, so okay. Endless. I liked it, but that don't count to me. That don't count. That's not about nothing. That's not retail.
No.
That's just some shit you did, and in 7 years you should have been able to put together some shit. So I'm not counting that. I really enjoyed that. Great. Wonderful. Blonde, though. Thoughts?
I like Solo on the album.
Solo
Frank's version
is
or
Andre or the remix? Andre is the remix.
Yeah, Andre's the remix. I like Frank's version. I like both of them. But
I like Frank's version, too.
Now, Ice is not a Frank fan.
At all.
You're on record.
Yeah. I've
As
never,
not being a Frank fan.
Never been a Frank fan. I mean, he makes decent music, but I'm not.
Novocaine is decent.
Out.
Really? Novocaine is decent. It's just decent, Novocaine.
That's one song. I'm saying
Swim
that whole
Good.
mixtape.
Yeah, Swim Good. Yeah, come on.
That mixtape is crazy.
I'm not a Frank fan.
You didn't like the mixtape?
That was out the same time as Weekend. I thought it wasn't. I had Weekend is better, so I was just like, all right, this is all right, cool. Put the Weekend.
That came out before the Weekend,
but it was out.
Yeah,
both of those were in that time frame.
That era was
and you didn't think that Frank's mixtape was on par with the Weeknd's project?
Not to me, no. It was cool.
Okay,
but no.
So wait, the thing he streamed and the album put out is two different albums.
Yes.
Two different albums.
So the thing he streamed is not for sale. Like you can't.
No,
it's on Apple Music. You have to watch the actual.
You can only get
visual.
it from Ice and Apple.
Okay, got you. All right.
I got you though. If you
okay.
See, so I don't care about that. Endless, but that's hard, more when you listen to it. Now, Blonde. is the name of the actual album, not Boys Don't Cry like the blogs had reported. Boys Don't Cry is the name of his company.
And
Right.
his
Which, by the way,
magazine, if I'm not
which is ill.
mistaken.
I mean, real quick, I just found out that he's completely independent. Like, he's not under Def Jam anymore, and seeing his numbers as independent is nuts.
Def Jam had nothing to do with Blonde?
Nothing.
I
That's crazy.
hate when Ice gets on the fucking bandwagon. All right, so how do we know that Frank is independent now? Prove that to me.
Well, okay.
Thank you.
No, I
thank
feel
you.
like
thank
I
you.
read
Thank
some
you.
credits
Thank
He
you.
has
Thank you.
an
Thank you.
Apple, you know, one of
Thank
Apple,
you
the
very
Apple,
much.
Apple Records
Thank
deals.
you. Thank you. Then stop telling me that. Stop telling me and the
he's not in
fans.
your traditional major label.
Oh, okay, I see what you're
situation.
saying. But he's
He's
backed
on the
by
new
Apple.
major.
Yeah, he's on the new major.
By the way,
MJ.
I don't want to jump too far off topic, but this, and I think I just told Parks and them, I just read the report maybe 10 minutes before we started. Universal has just issued a memo to every label under them that there's to be no more streaming exclusives, period.
Wow.
They're deading that.
Wow.
Well, they streamed
That's-
exclusively through who?
No, that means no more. You put your album
None of
on
their
Apple
artists
for 2
can do that.
weeks. No label under Universal can sign a streaming deal with Apple for 2 weeks or
Wow.
with Tidal for 2 weeks.
That's interesting.
That's pretty
Very.
good.
I mean, granted, everybody's dropped.
Yeah.
It's
But
kind of
moving forward.
but moving forward,
Okay.
none of that's happening no more.
That's big.
That is big.
That's very big.
That's important.
That is.
Well, I wonder what made them take that stance.
You're missing out on a lot of album sales. I
Do
guess.
Universal have anybody that would make that stance even relevant at all? Who's on Universal? I don't know. It's
I
ain't
mean,
but three
shit.
labels.
Drake,
Kanye's on Universal.
Cash Money's under there.
All right, so
Yeah.
they have some people on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rihanna's completely
It's-
separate from Def Jam
it
now, I think.
extends down to
Yeah.
every label under the umbrella.
Yeah.
What do y'all think of Blonde?
It's a cool album. Unlike the last two Frank projects, I can't find a record that like stands out to me. There's no amazing standout records. It's just a great album to play when you're doing shit. That's how
dope.
I've taken it.
Sounds dope in the elevator.
I never agree with anything Rory says about music.
Really?
That's a
I
complete
think
lie.
I've
but
seen
that's
Rory
fine.
tweet some pretty interesting things.
What do we agree on? I swear, Rory is the perfect representation to me of a 26, 27-year-old man.
But I've seen him tweet some things that were pretty interesting.
No, he's a smart kid when he's around me. I don't know
Quite
what
the opposite.
I don't know what the fuck. That album is good to hear when you're doing shit.
Yeah.
Describe
I cleaned my
describe shit
apartment.
to me.
I cooked while that was playing, and I enjoyed it thoroughly that way. But when I went to walk to the train and I was trying to find a record, like, oh, let me throw this on, I couldn't find one.
Okay, hold on. I agree with him on that because I do tend to like music better depending on what I'm doing. Like you hear music differently. It feels different.
Like, you know, you had to get in the car and say,
So I
I'm going to
understand what
play
you're saying.
fucking Swim Good. I'm going to play
I understand
that.
what he's
My
saying.
question to you, Rory.
I agree.
This one, I'm like, all right, well, let me just start it from the beginning and maybe hit shuffle or maybe just let the shit run when I have an hour of something to
That's
do.
what I was going to say.
That's how I like the
Were
album.
you doing that because you just had the time? Like, you're cleaning, you're cooking, whatever. It's not like, okay, damn, let me go throw this Frank album on. I'm going to clean up to the Frank album.
Word.
Or
Would
is
you
it
have
just-
done that with whatever the new album was?
Right, that's
to
what I'm
hear
saying.
it.
No,
because
no, no,
cleaning
no.
is a good time to hear albums,
No.
Very good time.
and
No.
cooking is a good time to hear albums.
and driving down the West Side Highway at
Is
2
a
in the morning.
good time to hear
album.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. So would you have done that then, or did you do that
No,
specifically because
I
it's
think
Frank?
that would be artist privy. I don't know if I would do that with every artist.
So we did. All of us did. Well, most of us ran to hear Frank shit. So I guess my question is: does it warrant the hype or the every week? Where is Frank? Now go ahead and lie. Fuck faces.
Absolutely
Who said-
does
Now
not.
lie.
Who alluded to that?
Coming off of that last
No,
album
nobody.
he had
Oh, okay.
with the trolling and it's coming out this week. It's coming out this week. It's coming out this week. This album does not live up to the
I
hype.
can't blame him for that. He never said that, right?
He's entertained the trolling though.
Well, as he should if he's smart, but he has never come out and said
He never
my,
gave my album comes out this
Well,
date.
okay, so I'm not blaming him for wherever people get that information from. Bloggers just run with shit.
You just asked me about the hype though. The hype can be created wherever. It's still the
Yo,
hype.
all right, drum roll. I gotta get somebody in here to do a drum roll.
Yeah, that's hard.
Yeah, that drum roll was crazy.
Come on, I got it, bro.
my bad.
It's not a good album. I'm sorry. I know it's Frank.
So you saying he didn't sound inspired?
Dog, listen.
The word inspired is not
with,
even.
with his new crib, he could have listened to that shit all the way from the west wing of his house, all the way to the east wing.
Time out, Boy Wonder hit me today. Sidebar, Boy Wonder hit me today about Street Fighter. I was like, all right, that's pretty cool. He said, I know you're beefing with Drake. I was like, nobody's beefing with fucking Drake. But anyway, it's not a good album. It's just not. When his last album came out? 6 years ago? 5 years ago?
2012.
So that's going on 5 years ago. I listened to that album all the way to the pool and all the way to the kitchen. And guess what? I was wondering what happened to Frank Ocean and his drummer. That's what I was wondering. I didn't hear a drum. I didn't hear a snare. I didn't hear 808. I didn't hear shit. Okay, so you start me with Nike.
You've listened to it since we listened to it by the pool that was just on your phone, iPhone speaker. Okay, just double checking.
Oh, I have, yeah. I get that he come in with a drum here and there at the end of the song that you thought you may have liked if there was drums. I understand that. No. So you start off with Nike and now you're telling me that the bitch want to ring like Carmelo.
Oh, that's why you're bitter. I get it.
Because I'm a Knicks fan?
No, I get it. No, that one hurt me too. I thought it was unnecessary. It was a cheap shot.
All right, my honest opinion.
You know he has the most gold medals, though.
I do know. My honest opinion, I think that's something to be happy about.
I think so, too.
Roy, don't shit on Carmelo.
I'm a diehard Knicks fan.
I thought that, I'm giving you my honest, objective opinion. I thought that this didn't sound like Frank. That I'm talking about track one. Track one, Nike. Yo, you bitches out to get a check like Nike. She's trying to get a ring like Carmelo. That's not nothing Frank has ever given me from the 74 track Lonnie
Bro collection.
Yeah, from that.
That sounds like it would be hot if a rapper said that though.
Well, Frank is a writer.
Yeah, that's not a bad bar though.
Send that over to French about that.
Yeah, like somebody like that. I'm not mad at that bar, but I get what Joe's saying.
I'm just telling you that on track one, after 5 years waiting and yearning for Frank, and I love Novocaine and Pyramids 1 and Pyramid 2, and I love all that shit except for Forrest Gump and all that
Joe
shit.
Is definitely a Frank Ocean.
I'm R&B man.
He was early Frank.
Yeah,
100%.
before all that shit.
Yeah,
so
100%, I will say that.
Nike, that's how you start. All right, so cool.
Sidebar, hold up. I put Joe on the Frank Ocean too.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, I need to take credit for that. I definitely jumped in the car and said,
I mean, didn't need to take credit. But I mean, if you want the credit.
I'll take credit for that.
Maul definitely did. This was long. Maul, much like me, sometimes is up, and much like Rory and Ice, too, is up on music. You're listening to music connoisseurs who search for music. I get that's a dead art. Right. So people search for music. So Maul put me up on that. Nike, track one, new Frank, 2016. Nah, the new accent.
I have to ask, how old do we think these records are? Because he's had quite some time.
Interesting.
But that's what I thought when I was listening to this. I'm like, what is old? What is new?
But I can't even judge it that way.
Channel Orange did kind of mirror. He had the whole Watch the Throne fame, and he kind of got thrown into being one of the bigger artists in R&B at the time. So it might have mirrored more of what the regular consumer would like to hear. I don't know if he just took 3 years to not do a fucking thing and start with a fresh brain and do what the fuck he wanted to do. Because this doesn't sound, obviously, like Channel Orange. Are these records as of the past 2 years? Or of the past 5 years? That was my only question when I was listening to it.
Okay, that's interesting. Let's keep that point, because that point might go into my point somewhere. So off of Nike, now we've started the Frank album, not really giving me
It was
Frank.
an interesting beginning.
Right?
Yes.
So then we continue, no drums, cool, that's fine. Then we continue, it's very melancholy, very stringy, no drums. I'm like, clearly this guy has a vibe that he's on.
He was saying
very
a lot,
different.
There's a lot of lyrics in this album.
So then I listened to the whole thing, and much like many of you guys, I'm sure, I say, you know what? Maybe I'm shortchanging myself. Frank is a genius. I'll listen to this later and see if it grows on me, see if I missed something. But in that initial listen, I got to that last song, and Rory was with me when I got to that last song. And I'm listening, and I said,
almost broke his
I
phone
said, he's fucking, what did I say? Lyrically, he's fucking, I said, he wrote the shit out of this, right? And as soon as I said that, Frank started
the views of Joe Budden are only his view.
No, you were with me. What are you talking about?
No, because I know what you're about to say.
Yo, as soon
or
as-
maybe not say.
as soon as
what you really say.
Hey,
this is
Nino Brown you real quick.
dog. This is not my opinion of anything. As soon as I said Frank is writing the shit out this song because Frank to me is an amazing writer, then he started talking about sucking old boy's dick and unzipping his jeans. And sucking on his testicle and how he would lick the tip. And after all of that gay shit, he said, smoke something.
No. You can't.
He said smoke that dick.
No.
No.
See, and this is what I'm saying. I get it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not homo, but it's like when I heard the Forrest Gump record. You know what I'm saying? Like, we was in the album. And I'm not, if you gay, that's cool, whatever.
Nothing wrong with being gay.
Nothing wrong. Yeah, let's get that clear.
Let's be clear. We cool with gays.
Right. But it's like, why? Like, I don't want to hear that.
He's gay. The moment he put that Tumblr shit out, I said, I'm sure we're going to get some gay references
that's
from
just
him.
too much, though, man. Like, he's saying suck. Like, come on, man. Like,
I'm not saying I want to hear it,
now,
but
now,
there's...
now playing the other way around. If he was saying he want to eat a chick pussy, is that cool?
Yes.
Why? Because you want to hear it?
Yes.
Not that I want to hear it or I don't want to hear it, but it's just like, that's just a little too much. Let's kind of
Too much for who?
I can answer that for you. He's
on,
too
man.
amazing of a writer to not at least be aware of what he is doing.
I'm sure he was
That's my point.
extremely lucid when he wrote that.
I'm pretty sure he knew exactly what he was doing.
Okay, so now I'll take you to Frank on Swim Good, who I believe marriage is love, not man and woman. So
Right.
he
understands
he
how to
walked the
write,
line.
But
Right,
he was
yeah.
very insecure, as he wrote in that Tumblr post, of being gay. And then after Swim Good came the announcement, and then came Forrest Gump.
I get it. Listen, I get it.
I don't want to hear about a man
That might not have
unzipping
been-
a man's
okay, check this out,
pants.
though.
Then just
But
get
this is my
next.
problem. Wait, no. See, because this is my problem. The songs that he wild out on like that, they be hard. Forrest Gump is
By the
hard
way,
if he's
that's
not
the
talking
last
about
record.
that.
There's like 9 minutes,
But-
and the record's great. It's just those like 4 bars that...
I hated the whole album. I was looking for the last song to save me.
My thing with that is he knows his audience. He's heavily supported.
Oh, no, he don't. 'Cause
Why not?
He don't know me.
Okay, but you may be a small percentage of. We already said with the last rollout, the whole him coming out that helped drive him help him drive a shitload of records. We know this. That might be his main fan base at this point. We don't know that. We don't know how he's approaching it. So he might feel more comfortable now getting into detail with shit because he knows I have a big gay fan base that this is what they want to hear.
Gay Hive is changing laws, B.
Yeah, like I get it.
I don't think Frank is the artist that's making the music that he thinks his fans want to hear. I think he's too amazing of a brain. I think he's too amazing of a pen.
Okay,
I think he's a left field type of artist. I don't think
I don't think
So-
he's
so-
making it to cater to
Joe,
them, but he's
while-
more comfortable talking about it because he knows it's accepted by the majority of his fan base.
Joe,
That's what I mean.
while I'm also someone that doesn't want to hear that, this is 17 records. That last record being 10 minutes, it was 4 bars of gay shit. Like, you acting like this is the whole album, or like half of it, or a quarter of it.
where you get 4 bars.
There's just that
It's 4
low
bars
area.
where he was vulgar enough to be blunt and abrasive. But from that point on, I wanted to know the name of his ex-dude. I wanted to know the name of
but
homeboy.
That's the
who-
only time in that album that I have heard him even refer to who he was talking about, a man or a woman.
All right, fine. A freedom of love, freedom of head. I don't know. Freedom of head from dudes. I don't know. What do you want me to say?
Freedom of head.
Frank is projected to do 250
225, 250.
with
what I
no
would
physical copies. That's pretty big.
That's crazy.
Suicide Squad has been number 1 and will be number 1 until next week when Frank takes number 1. And I can't tell you what's on Suicide Squad soundtrack at all.
I have no idea.
But it must
they had that one record with they got that record with. I just saw the video for one of those records. It's actually a good record. I just can't remember who it was. But I've heard it on the radio.
I don't
a
even
few
have the
times, and I
soundtrack.
finally saw the video. But the movie was good. I like the movie.
Everybody said it was ass, so I didn't see it.
Yep,
Yeah,
same
I
here.
liked it.
I saw too many bad reviews. Normally I don't go off reviews, but it was too many. I'm like, all right.
A bunch of bad reviews, and then a bunch of niggas I know who went to see it came back and said the niggas that liked it, I didn't even trust. My mom came back, oh, it was great. Like, all right. Yo, you know what, mom?
Yo, moms give the worst.
Yeah. That definitely meant I wasn't going to see that.
What'd you think of Three Stacks verse before we get off Frank Ocean?
Y'all got to talk about it because I can't talk about it.
My man Steve-O Zone 4 on Twitter, I thought put it the perfect way. Andre spit his verse in a unique way that came across confused, older, mature, disappointed, but not out of touch or distasteful.
I have a hard time believing that Andre 3000 didn't know that artists didn't write their own shit. I'll say that. So when he said that, that was alarming to me. You didn't know that? You're one of the greatest rappers in the universe, and you don't know that artists don't write their own shit?
Well, maybe rappers he didn't. Maybe he really didn't know.
Well, I mean,
oh no.
So his era.
He can't not know that.
That's what I'm saying. Come on,
Let me
Maul.
take that back.
Yeah, come on.
There's no way Three Stacks did not know that.
So,
I get what he was trying to say, but
yeah.
it's like, no.
So now is that a shot?
Out of a majority, I think in his era, before like in the early 80s when there was a lot of ghostwriting, and then I think in that 90s gap, it was a majority of rappers writing their verses.
I think that's what he was trying to
That's
say.
what
Like from
his
my
era, they were writing their
write
verses.
ours, like,
for the
Same
most
thing
part.
everybody was saying.
Yeah,
like
Another
all the
nigga.
rappers from the 90s was
Okay, another nigga that needs to be aware. So, and Andre 3000 is extremely intelligent. So, do we think that he did not know what this verse was doing, or what this verse, the implications that came with this verse? I asked y'all that.
No, he's very
he's too
calculated.
smart for that.
So now we have to. All right. So now the guy that I refuse to ever talk about again on this podcast is he's got some guys on his list
So I think
that I wouldn't want to beef with.
All right, I'll
3 Stacks.
I'll say his name. You don't have to say it. So obviously, people are saying a shot at Drake,
That's what people are saying.
and all the clips and shit on Twitter stopped it at writing their own verses. I thought the more interesting point was I'm humming and whistling to those not deserving. I thought that was even more of a shot at Drake because he went out of his way to give Drake that verse. That was the only line that no one spoke about. I thought that was odd because that was the biggest shot to me.
I'm
And that
humming
whole-
and whistling.
I'm so naive. I was under the impression that everyone wrote their own verses. It's coming back different. And yeah, that shit hurts me. I'm humming and whistling to those not deserving. I'm giving you a verse and you don't deserve it. Because he hasn't done many verses in the past, how many years?
He doesn't do a verse
Since Take Care came out.
He did.
Well,
That
we
was the
gonna-
biggest
well,
shot that I took out of that.
Well, after this,
Drake.
we're going to get to that conversation, too, because I do want to talk to you three gentlemen about that. But, okay, you got a good point. I'm
Yeah.
rolling.
I was surprised no one brought that point up.
I can't think of any reason in the universe that Andre 3000 will be beefing with Aubrey.
I don't
Yeah,
think
no,
it's
he's
a
not
beef.
that
I
type
just
of person.
think he's telling the truth.
Has he ever beefed with anyone ever? 3 Stacks?
No,
There's a yes there, I just can't remember
We were
when.
talking about that, how he would fare in a battle. Because we don't have very much evidence of it.
Maybe the early Outkast days. Maybe.
Yeah. I just can't think of who they were beefing with, but he's been in a beef.
As a solo artist. I don't think he's had.
No.
What
I didn't hear any.
done
I didn't hear any shots on the Love Below.
I'm not even going into that.
Can Drake diss Andre? Because this goes back to Rory, me, and you. A lot of times we try to figure out where that Drake sound is a offspring from, and you say 808s, right? And I say Love Below. Mm-hmm. We've had that conversation a lot.
Yeah, and I've always have agreed with you with the Love Below. I don't think.
Bong!
No.
That's why he would be dissing him, right? I can't think of
I
another
just
reason.
think So Far Gone was just a direct influence of 808s. That's why I always say 808s was really the start of that Drake sound.
Okay.
Because the Love Below did not necessarily sound like 808s the way So Far Gone sounded like 808s. That's
Okay.
where my point was in saying that So Far Gone comes from 808s, not so much the Love Below.
All right, this is not about Aubrey, but outside of what we just talked about, that ideology, why else would Andre 3000 be pinning a verse toward him if indeed that verse was toward him? Because we can't prove that. Why else?
Shit, it might have hurt him.
So now let me take it a step further.
Like
There's
rollout.
a few songs on that Frank album that I thought he was doing someone else.
I had similar thoughts on a few records too.
I didn't think he was doing Frank. I thought he was doing his best impersonation of someone else.
There was a few cadences that I said,
yeah,
kind of Drakey.
Yep.
I agree with you.
Yep.
I 100% agree with
So
you.
now when I hear a 3 Stacks
And I
verse,
tried to ignore it. And be
you
like,
can't ignore it.
Frank's too much of a great writer.
Exactly my point. So now why is not Drake, fucking Frank on here? Hey, if I'm wrong, I've been wrong before, and I'm totally open to being wrong. I'm just telling y'all what I got when I listen to certain songs on that album. And this is from someone who's heard over 100 compositions from Frank. So that's that. Enough about Frank. 3,000. Mm-hmm. Because he gives us a verse every year and a half.
Mm-hmm. Fire verse.
Where do we rank 3,000? Just you guys.
What are we ranking?
Oh, yeah, you go.
No, I gotta know. That's a
my
very important question.
God.
I
In
have
our
to know.
favorite
I had
or
this
in
talk
the top?
last night. I have to know.
Man, top 5 Dead or Alive, and that's just off one LP, nigga.
It's off no LPs, so he ain't in that list.
Hey, 3,000 does have an LP. What are you talking
Which
about?
one? The double disc Outkast album?
No, the one that everybody bought it for.
They bought the Outkast
And that's
album.
fucked up
I like
because that
Speaker
Big Boy
Box.
shit was super hard.
Yeah.
But it didn't
I
get
don't
the
like the
critical
rap that Big
acclaim
Boy
that the Love Below did.
It's part of the
I think Key
conversation
Toy
had last
kind of stole the show from that one.
Well, yeah, that album was...
But whatever, what do you rank them? Top, if you had to make a list of top 50 MCs.
MCs, we talking just rapping ability, right? We're not talking
Whatever you interpret.
that matters. This was
Well,
the combo I had
how
last
do you
night,
how do you
because
do
we
it?
said if we just talking rapping ability, I will put him in probably a top 10 somewhere. But if I'm talking rap artists, meaning your bodies of work, your catalog, all of that type of shit, he falls.
No.
Wait.
He's top 10.
Okay.
If you wait. I want to hear
I put
I want to hear.
rappers. There are rappers I would put with catalogs.
You can't name 10 rappers better than Andre 3000.
I can.
I'd love to hear it.
He's going to name Jeezy 9
I want to hear
times.
it.
You can't do that.
I want to hear it.
Jeezy's not.
No.
Because Ice, what you forgetting is,
Now my favorites, absolutely.
what you forgetting is, even though he was in a group, Outkast, that's still bodies of work.
Okay,
Yeah.
well then
You gotta count it.
And
okay.
he was rapping his ass off on all of those Outkast.
Gotta
So
count
why
it.
is Big Boy not mentioned then? And don't tell me Big Boy wasn't rapping.
Big
with
Boy
him.
is an amazing rapper that just
but
happened to
people-
form a group with the Unicorn.
Right. Like, people just feel like 3000 is the better rapper.
Why?
Because he's the better rapper.
Like, his
Y'all gonna get Big Boy
his
credit.
whole style. Like, people
There
just
you
like
go.
him.
There you go. This is the conversation I had last night.
Well-
what 3000 did, and it worked for him. The point that was brought to me last night was, if there was no Outkast, eventually we still would have got 3 Stacks because of the type of character he is. The weird dressing, the eccentric shit that he
I don't
did.
know that because
But
let's
he
be
wasn't
clear,
always on
both of them dressed weird.
Not, but
I know
3
a lot of
Stacks
people
set
don't remember
himself
that.
up. No, Big Boy, they did, but
They both dressed weird.
3000 went way left.
Time out. When Big Boy went very normal.
Right.
Right.
It didn't get really, really weird until he got really weird and Big Boy got really normal. But on those earlier Outkast albums, they both was weird niggas.
It was weird. But 3 Stacks set himself out. The singing of the melodies, all like he set himself apart. He stood out.
Let's be clear, Big
garnered a
Boy
lot of
sung
attention.
melodies too.
But I'm not saying he didn't. I'm saying what 3 Stacks did to set himself apart. He always stood out. And I'm not saying he stood out just because he was the better rapper. It was things, intangibles around
But
him
that's what
that had him,
Ice,
that made him stand out.
that's what makes you an artist. It's not just the music.
Rory, can you look up when that first Outkast
It's the
album came
all-
out?
I already have it.
I
up,
want to
because
say
have a point.
94.
94.
Southern
Play-
Playlist.
Okay,
Cadillac
so
Music.
now,
I
from
love that album.
my own perspective, I'm only speaking about me. I'm not speaking about how anybody else perceived anything as a nigga on Clinton Ave in Jersey City, right? To be from Atlanta, only Atlanta artist I bumped at that time was Da Brat, right?
Rap from Chicago.
You couldn't tell me that at 14 when she was with Jermaine Dupri. I'm giving you
Okay.
my
Okay.
brain.
Okay.
I wasn't so informed, and this is in 1994.
I got you.
You wasn't bumping Left Eye? That's wild.
So listen,
No crisscross?
were they from Atlanta? I didn't know. But listen,
JD, same shit. Anyway, go ahead.
I didn't look at them like that, and I wasn't bumping them in '94. No, I was in Queens when I cut school to go get Crisscross Jump and Tim Dog Fuck Compton, the single, at the same time from the Wiz on
Yeah, I was 2
Jamaica
years
Ave.
before I was 92.
So, no, in '94, that Outkast album in New York and New Jersey, we wasn't fucking with Atlanta.
Right.
So here came this group, and he stood out. He did stand out on that album with his style. The style was different. The style was very different. Big Boy was rapping his ass off. Mm-hmm. But that other nigga was doing something that I think a lot of us hadn't heard before.
Big Boy had more of a East Coast.
Yeah,
not to say East Coast flow, but
that's
it was more. It was something.
It was
we could
acceptable.
digest easier.
Yes.
But
he stood out.
I think up until I think even on AT Aliens, they were neck and neck.
I think that's where the split
I
came.
think Stankonia came, and then it was like, all right, Andre is something special.
See, I had it at AT Aliens. That's where it just started.
I want to hear you attempt to name 10 MCs that you deem better than Andre.
MCs, just rapping ability, I have.
Wait, why do you keep doing that? I hate when people do that.
Because it's different arguments.
There's so much more to MCing than that.
If I'm saying, yo, give me 10 people that are just great at rapping, I don't care. Niggas get great at rapping and can't make an album.
So let me hear
is what I'm saying.
I want to hear his 10. Let me hear.
Period?
Yeah.
Just period? Just overall. Yeah. I got L. I got Rakim. I got cats like this. I have Hove. I have M.
4.
That's 4 already. I got Big. That's 5.
You have Big.
Yes.
5.
Yes,
okay,
I do.
Go ahead.
Yes, I do.
Go
I have
ahead.
Pun. That's 6. Where am I at 6? I can think them up.
Well, let's stop until you think of the other 4.
Right.
Let's
it got to be a clear cut, and you know it off the top of your head. If you're going to say it's 10 better than...
I'm beefing with 2 of the niggas you said already, but...
Who's that?
No need. I want to hear 4 more first before I end go... Yeah,
No, duh. Go ahead. I don't have 4 off the top.
So we can put Andre in the top 10. The only thing I ever hear about Andre is, dog, you got to give us more than a verse a year and a half.
Yeah, that's the knock.
Because anybody could do that.
No, not anybody could do that. I think
a lot of people can.
Because he's so dope, he has the luxury of being able to do that, and people don't get mad at it.
And
I don't know.
Does he need to give us that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you
absolutely do.
Do you have Rakim in your top 10?
I haven't attempted to think of who my top 10 is.
Okay, but you would consider Rakim a top tier MC?
100%.
I would think so. Rakim don't owe us a verse every fucking year.
Rakim is 90 years old.
What are you talking
3
about?
Stacks ain't that fucking young.
Rory, don't do that. Come on, man. See, this is what.
But why do every single artist from the early 90s doesn't?
Rakim is not he's not an active rapper. He's not putting music out. He's
Neither
not
is
deemed.
Andre 3000. He does one verse for someone else.
Then you're an active rapper. You either smoke cigarettes or you don't.
Okay,
you take
so
a shit
Rakim
or you
does a
don't.
verse today. He's now an active rapper and owes us something every year.
It's not owes. It's just that the fact
you
that
guys
Three
just
Stacks is
said he
doing
owes
it-
us.
Going back to
I
what
say
I'm
he
saying,
owes a
though.
project.
He's
I'm
so
not saying he
dope.
owes a verse every year.
He's
He
so
owes a
dope that
project.
people are not mad at the fact that he puts out a verse every year.
I would love
we
another
look
Andre
forward
project,
to
but-
the one verse a year now. Like
I want
I
Hov
just
to
don't
do
know
one
why
verse a
he's
year.
at that
I'm with
standard
you.
that other rappers from his
I'm
era
cool
are
with
not.
3 Stacks doing one verse a year. I
Yeah,
want
I-
Hov to do one verse a year.
Yeah, I'm
to be
cool with
honest,
that. I'm cool with
Listen, nobody is saying that you can't do a verse.
Yeah,
let's not
I'm all
say
right
a
with that.
year. Let's be a little more precise than that. Because if it was a verse a year in music, years fly by pretty quick. It's not a verse a year. He's not giving you a verse a year. He's giving you more like a verse every 2 years.
he's giving a
That's fair
verse
to
when
say.
he feel like
when
it.
was his last verse before this one?
Yep. Let's take a minute and then figure it out.
Was it
Ross?
Ross album?
16. Was 16 ain't enough?
No, or was it Wayne? Wayne on quarter 4?
No. That was, he got Sorry on Tip album.
That's
it might be that
that's
one.
a phenomenal and very underrated Andre 3000 verse.
And Tip verse was great.
Just tell me
That's
when the last
crazy part.
Andre 3000 verse was, please.
I would have to
Before
look.
this.
I think he's giving you a verse every year and a half.
Yeah. But his verse on When 16 Ain't Enough was...
Did you
Yo,
hear the
listen.
verse on Sorry?
See, I don't want to do all that. See,
All right,
that's
all right.
where. But wait, see that. But that proves the art. But that kind of adds validity to the argument. Y'all are in awe over these verses.
Yeah.
I'm saying that not anyone, but when you take that amount of time to do something,
Okay, I got him.
and be clear that I know of his skill set, so I don't want no beef. Please no. Please no. I back down and surrender and I lose. Before I say a word, that's the respect level that I have for MCs of that magnitude. But
Sorry, not it.
when you put out a verse every year and a half, there's validity to the argument of how can I call you the greatest when you don't have a solo album, even if I can argue it, you don't have a solo album and you don't rap consistently enough to do that.
Right. No, I get it.
But his legacy is cemented. Hove we put there, and we don't really hear Hove too much anymore, right?
Oh, believe it or not, I mean, I don't know if we count Erykah Badu's last project as a verse because it wasn't really a really long verse. Future was the last verse he gave.
Oh yeah.
On
I do
Odyssey.
remember that.
No, that's wrong. That's wrong.
Unless you count 30 hours
Nope.
on.
The
30 hours is Kanye.
I'm looking at the list.
Oh yeah, no,
but
he didn't
doesn't
rap on that. He
He's
didn't
just
rap on
talking
that. He didn't rap
Yeah,
on
but
that.
they're missing something on that list. They don't have Sorry on there.
Okay, right.
That's why I was trying to see when Sorry came out. Because we're looking at the same list.
I'm still gonna go with Futures as the last one, 2014.
I'm gonna stop talking because I already feel like I might have said something that'll make that nigga mad.
And we don't want no beef.
None
Drake
at.
2000.
Hey, listen. So fucking last podcast, I was saying fuck Vlad the Star, right? Right. So then I get to talking about the night of on Periscope, and somebody says, "Yo, you think Nas is bipolar?" And I say, "I think Nas could be a little schizophrenic." And here comes Vlad to say Joe Budden calls Nas NAS, very different from NAZ, calls Nas bipolar.
And
Shout out to-
also put
shout
an
out to
image.
journalism.
He put an image of you and Nas next to each other.
You want to talk about a nigga who woke up and saw that immediately and was scared for his entire life. Oh my! And I'm with the shits with niggas, but Nas 3 stacks,
And after that Khaled verse, for record,
Hove M,
Nas is awake.
Nas
album
3
done.
That
stacks,
motherfucker's awake.
Hove and M. Is that the end of the alien list today? Right now, the niggas that you just should not ever.
Wake up.
Yeah.
Leave them niggas alone.
Is that the end of it?
I think so.
We got a couple alien lists. Because that's the one you leave alone on the music tip.
Oh, me and Ice have our other list of
leave them niggas alone
the
for real.
rappers that you leave alone for real. Which was
I think we've talked about that a couple times.
yeah, but me and Ice really came up with the list, which was T.I.,
Gucci.
Gucci, Ice put Boosie.
Yeah,
I'm not
Boosie.
familiar
I'm
enough
not well versed enough
with his background,
You know,
but
I am.
I've heard enough. Mano, Trick. There's one more.
Oh, I see.
Said Puff.
I see
Well,
what
first-
Alien,
Oh yeah, Puff. Oh yeah,
wait, we're leaving Tretch off this fucking list.
I see what alien list this is.
Yeah.
Leave them niggas alone list.
Tretch is not
I got
on that
Murder
list?
on that list, by the way,
Tretch is
too.
on that list.
Okay, I didn't hear his name.
100% Tretch is on that
Tretch is
list.
definitely on that list.
Yeah.
That's a funny list. I would love that. Off air. I would love to have that conversation off air. That's a funny list to come up with.
Why?
I don't know how we came up with
Because
that
that's
list.
it's
I
just
can
funny
tell
to
you
talk
exactly
about
how
that.
I came up with every name that is. I can tell you how I came up with every name
I mean,
that's
how
on
we
that
came
list.
up with the
Y'all
whole
with those
talk of
names.
coming up with that
I
list.
definitely know how y'all came up with
Oh,
those
yeah,
names.
yeah.
But that list is definitely valid.
Is there somebody missing from
I
that
might,
list?
I might put True Life on that shit. I don't know if he's
Listen.
Yeah,
And,
no.
changed
might have-
since his
you
little
might
run,
have to.
but I still
Yeah,
wouldn't
True
fuck
Life
with
don't
him.
fool me with the new haircut.
Yeah.
He's on that list too.
I ain't fucking with him.
Yeah.
Damn. Then now I want to get a couple more and get a top 10.
I got 50 on there.
Oh yeah, 50 was on that list. 50 was on that list. 50 was on that list. Leave 50 alone.
Yeah.
Leave 50 alone. 50
Leave
be
him
drunk.
alone.
50, listen, 50 bitch, man. Just leave these niggas alone, man.
Beans is on that list. Don't let the Muslim. Don't let the. I don't eat. Listen,
Did he calm down after the
Yeah, I
whole
don't-
situation?
Calm down, but
Is
don't
he-
get it twisted. He's on the list
Today?
I wouldn't.
Yes,
I
today.
wouldn't push my luck with people.
Yes, he's
All right.
on the list, man.
Okay.
Yes, he is.
Because I was
100%.
saying Styles P, then I said he's also calmed down a lot. He's more chill and
but they're on the list. When they chill,
It's for a
let
reason.
them chill. It's for a reason.
Styles
We're happy
and
to
Say
see chilling.
Jeezy? Is Jeezy on that list?
Jeezy's definitely on that list.
absolutely.
Definitely. He's definitely 100%
Yes.
on that list.
No, you know what? I'm
Wait.
I gotta take- Hold on.
Wait.
I have to- wait.
Why is Jeezy on this list?
Hold on, bro.
He's on the
I
list.
have to take my favorite rapper shades off right now.
Why is Jeezy on this
Jeezy's
list?
not on that list. I'm sorry.
Do y'all hear the list?
Jeezy's not on that list. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
man.
And it hurts me.
Wait, all right, time out. All right, let me be clear. Let me state my Jeezy came in affiliated with one of the biggest, most
That's where I'm just leaving it off there.
feared-
Sentence over.
But no, time out. Time out. Because, and I have to say this with all due respect, because there was a shift where BMF left that nigga's side publicly, and then he wasn't on that list no more.
It's more.
Yeah, it's a whole
That's none of my business. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm just telling
Okay.
you public perception. I don't have any valid
Okay.
facts. So I'm not well versed in my Jeezy or my BMF. I'm just telling you publicly. It was BMF Jeezy. You already know the deal. We ain't got to say no more. And then something happened, and it didn't seem that way for a little bit.
It didn't seem that way, but it's that way. He's still
Jeezy and
has a lot-
Gucci are on the same list.
Definitely.
No.
That's what I said.
No.
Dog, I don't. Dog.
No.
Listen,
Gucci's a nigga that's with the shit
I'm still keeping
right
Jeezy on that list.
now himself. Right now. T.I. is a nigga that's just sitting there praying for a reason.
Right.
if Gucci,
Jeezy's not on that list
Gucci,
with
I apologize.
them
I didn't
niggas.
even mean to say your name by mistake.
He's not on the list with them niggas. T.I. sitting somewhere right now, he be on Instagram scrolling, please at me the wrong way, my nigga, please.
I feel like if Jeezy was on that list, Rick Ross would be hurt somewhere a few years ago. Because they did beef.
Yeah.
And Jeezy felt the way toward Ross.
Dogs. If
Right?
Jeezy's on that list, Gucci wouldn't be walking.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
We can't put both of them on the list when they had an altercation.
Why?
And he killed his mans over it.
Yeah, but nah.
And bragged about
BMF,
it.
that's just
I saw T.I. go to Little Flip's block. Yo, if we want to start talking,
That's what I'm saying.
Shorty Low went to
Jeezy,
T.I.'s
I
block.
love Jeezy. He's not doing
Don't do
that.
that, Rory.
with his
He's not
painted,
doing
with
that.
his painted shape
Yeah,
up.
I
He
know.
was on T.I.'s block asking where T.I. was
I
at.
know, and we never heard from Shorty Low ever again after
We heard
that.
from his baby mothers, though.
Exactly my fucking point. So let's be very clear. I know the reason why I'm stating the niggas is on. I'm not saying Jeezy is pussy. Don't get me wrong. Ever.
No.
I would never
don't-
say that.
I'm not
ever.
saying that.
But
these niggas here are the niggas that they don't even want to get nobody to. They want to go do the shit. They with the shit right now. Right now, I'm talking about.
Okay, so you talking about they want to. Okay, I see what y'all saying.
yeah, don't say
a
nothing
nigga say
about
the wrong
them.
thing to Mano right now.
He gonna get
He on your ass. Yeah. You say the wrong thing to Trick right now. He's
That's
on
my
your
point.
ass.
Jeezy had a problem with something I tweeted before, and then I saw him in the club.
I was
and,
with you
and,
that
and,
night. I was with you.
see,
Yeah, and Jeezy.
We gotta get in the mall, man.
That mall, and then just move to the
Oh, you with Maul? You was with me. Oh, you with Maul?
Oh, you my man, Maul?
Oh, you know my man Maul? You
Yo,
did.
yo,
It didn't
nothing.
go down.
Tell your man Buttons he gets a
we just
pass
happened
today.
to be in the club the same time, and I could just tell the way Jeezy was looking. I was just prepared for a hint bottle to hit me in my head. I was like, man, it's about to go down, man. But,
see, that be the problem, though. I don't be knowing when people have problems.
see, Joe just don't understand.
But you're not supposed to know when you got a problem until.
No. You know you're supposed to.
No, you know
when you have a
I'm talking
problem.
about-
If you on that list,
if I got a problem with a nigga, you ain't gonna know I have a problem with you until I'm on your ass.
But you know what's funny?
That's why I hate this social media shit. That's another conversation.
This is what's funny to me though. Like when I hear like other rappers talk about Joe, and I hear them, I just see them how they speak about him. Joe has a way with words that the average person or people that don't know him will just hate him. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like if these same people had a chance to really kick it with him, they would understand and be like, all right, I understand. Like he don't mean, but rappers, and it only seems to be rappers are so sensitive whenever they see another rapper say their name or say something about their album. It's like they just
take a
go,
step further than
and I'm
that.
like, dog, like he's not dissing you. Like he wasn't trying to shit
It don't
on
matter. You know
I
what
never
it is?
dissed Jeezy ever.
You know what it is?
Ever.
I think I've told you this a while back. The thing with Joe, a lot of rappers view you as corny.
Right.
No matter what. So it's like, that corny nigga can't say my name
Say-
no
yeah,
matter
yeah.
what.
Yeah.
I don't care what he's saying.
Yeah.
You don't say my name.
Right. That's
because
how
you
they feel.
corny.
Right.
Once
Yeah.
you tag lame, the game is follow the leader. So
Right.
one person think you lame.
Right.
I want a
everybody
list
thinks you're
of the
corny.
rappers that view me as corny.
All of them.
I think every rapper views you.
Every last one of them. Except Slaughterhouse.
How? I'm
And
16
I
years.
think some of your partners in Slaughterhouse think you corny. But those is your niggas.
Let's see. Let me really put some thought to this here.
I think Royce definitely thinks you're corny. And Royce is my nigga. I think that Royce will tell you to your face, Joe, you be doing corny shit.
Royce now is from a different. Royce is, you got to know Royce.
Right.
You got
Right,
to,
absolutely.
if you knew Royce, see, I know Royce and I trust Royce and I love Royce. So Royce could call me corny all day long and I'm going to listen to it differently than if another nigga is saying that. I think Joel is from New York. See, Royce is from Detroit. So he's raised and comes from something different. So a lot of times he may not understand my logic and I may not understand his.
Right.
Joel is from New York. So I don't think he would call me corny ever because he's from here and he probably would be more in tune with whatever my thinking is.
But the way you move compared to the way a lot of rappers move, they would view that
Joe
as
doesn't
corny,
move
dog.
as a rapper.
Right.
Tell me how the rappers are supposed to move. I know how Kevin Liles and Leo Cohen said the rappers are supposed to move. And when I heard that in 2001, I thought it was the dumbest thing I've heard.
Right, but you got to understand. See, the thing is, Joe, you try to move like a regular guy, and you're not.
Well, you know what it is with Joe? With the rappers, they care about their image and they care about their perception. Joe don't give a fuck about that.
But see, in the
Joe is like,
business,
you don't have to like me.
No,
I don't give a shit.
No, that's cool.
The rappers is like, I need you to like me.
No, that's cool. You don't want people to like you. You don't care about people liking you. That's cool. But it's just a certain way that rap artists, because of the hip hop culture, we just move a certain way. We dress a certain way. We talk a certain way. We wear our clothes a certain way. You know what I'm saying? Like our style. It's just style. It's just the way we look. It's the culture that we come from. So if you see Joe, like I've been with Joe in public, and we're in the middle of Manhattan, and he would sit Indian style outside on the sidewalk,
like it's nothing.
And I've seen people walk past him and be like, "That ain't Joe Budden." Because they're like, there's no way
that's not a rapper.
A rapper would be sitting Indian style in the middle of 27th Street.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Duh. Joke's on them not knowing that's the most comfortable way to sit.
I'm just saying, like, it's certain shit that Joe does where it's like, that's not rapper etiquette. You know what I'm saying? Like, rappers don't
It don't fit the rapper image.
Right, exactly.
Or it's a nigga that's corny that rap way better than y'all saying some shit.
No, but Joe,
it don't matter. But
that counts.
No, that counts. But Joe, you be missing it. No rapper is ever gonna say you can't rap.
Right.
No rapper is ever gonna. And if a rapper says that, he's 100% wrong. But
it's not about you can rap.
Everything
They don't
else
look at that.
outside of rapping,
right?
That other rappers just don't get.
All right, so I look at it like this. I would like to think that I fuck badder bitches than a lot of the rappers.
A lot of y'all fuck the same bitches.
No, not a lot of us.
A lot
There's
of y'all
a group.
fuck the same.
There's a select group.
No, it's
now I don't know if me and Uzi are sharing the same.
Uzi just getting in.
So don't say a lot.
No, hold on. But
I don't know if me
Uzi-
and Yahtzee are saying, hey.
So we talking about the dudes.
Well,
that
if you fuck
have at
Uzi's
least-
bitches, that would be rape.
Yeah, well, we talking about the dudes that have at least 5 to 10 years in, at least.
Y'all are hitting the same chicks.
Y'all are all hit. Trust me when I tell you, y'all are all hitting the same chicks. Yes, you are.
Yeah, if you and Young Dolph fuck the same bitch, that's illegal.
I'm trying to think of who's not in the 5 to 10 realm. Because I got my own. See, we can't have this conversation in the podcast, but I have my own. There's another list.
Oh, there's definitely another list. There's 100%.
We got complex at the crib right now.
For sure.
There's another list. Hey, conspiracy theorist Joe. I think, and this is, I can't prove any of this. I think a lot of the shit that is happening and that has been happening in hip hop recently is from a bitch. It's all
always
related
been that way
to bitches.
Oh no, but it always goes back
that
to
ain't
a
just
female.
recent.
Sometimes.
That's
That's how
always
every
been that
gangster
way.
movie ever ended too.
It always goes back to a female. 100%.
That's horrible.
But
I forget
that's
who it was.
proving
Somebody
my
said,
point.
who said that shit when you was going at Drake? Somebody said this. It was like, yeah, this is definitely over a bitch. Like,
Might
But
have been Ebro.
that's proving my point that they are all messing with the same women.
right.
That proves my point because at some
It's the
point
same shit
It's
with
high
the women
school.
you
Rap
had.
is high school.
Dog, it's the
Yeah.
same. It's the same shit with the league.
Yeah.
With the athletes,
It's
they
all
do
the same.
all that on court beef and shit
It's
like that.
all
When
the
you see
same.
niggas have it,
It's
it
all
always
women.
go back to the work.
Okay, but time out
It's
now.
always about the
Because-
work.
All right,
man.
now let's delve into that for a second. Let's talk about the select group of niggas that's fucking the same bitches.
Ah.
No. We're not naming
Yeah.
names. No.
Okay, all right.
Listen to me.
That's
No,
that
I
Rick Ross
don't roll like that. I don't roll.
Chatty
I
Rose?
was born in the 80s, my nigga. I don't roll like that. Listen, what I'm saying is, if the 4 of us in here are fucking the same bitches,
Right.
but the bitches at my house a little more than yours,
Right.
we could see a reason for feelings and problems arising, even though everyone's fucking the same bitches.
But hold on. Because it's
It
a
depends
difference.
on the, it depends on the nigga.
It's a difference. It's a difference. Hold on.
Jinkies.
No, hold on. Because she might be at your house because you want. She might be at your house more because you want her there more. I might just be popping her off whenever I'm in town, and I don't care to see her once I leave. I don't
All
care
right,
to
that's
go
your
to her.
bad. You don't live in New York, nigga.
I'm saying
popping
we
in
can
New
fly,
York, bitches.
but we can-
You come in town, you pop, you leave.
No,
Great.
but niggas that live on the West Coast is popping New York chicks too, though.
I want to talk to you about that.
Niggas that live in the South is popping New York chicks. Like,
Right.
We have this thing called social media where the world is in my palm.
Y'all 3 give me the 3 cities with the baddest bitches.
Houston is one.
Toronto,
I'm taking those two.
Toronto.
Shit.
Can I just name Texas as a state?
Yeah.
Yeah, because Dallas.
I would
Yeah,
like
yeah,
Dallas
yeah.
next.
Yeah.
Texas as a state.
All right, I'm in agreement with Texas.
Texas is the state.
Texas, Toronto, and
I ain't clipped nothing from Toronto, so I can't say that.
Texas, Toronto.
They gotta
Man,
be. They gotta be
listen.
from there or move there. Like when you fly, they there.
LA got some nice women.
That's what, because I was gonna say a lot of.
But
LA got
I get what you're
bitches,
saying.
but they not from LA.
They're not from LA.
But they all be in LA.
Okay, so
All right, so you count LA.
We got to count LA.
Yeah.
I got Toronto, Texas, and LA. And I'm a New Yorker to the heart. I just hate to not name New York, but it's like, you know.
Yeah, but I'd marry a New York bitch.
It's over for New York.
It didn't fall. I'm gonna
It did not fall off in New York.
Yes, it did.
fell off because we're from here and we've been here. I'm telling you, I see the reaction on guys' faces that are not from New York when they walk uptown on Dykeman.
I'm agreeing
and
with
they
Mo.
lose their mind.
They lose their mind up
And
there.
I start laughing because
used
I'm
to it.
like, dog, this
every
is
day.
regular.
Yeah.
But they like, no. Because you got to think, in LA, they don't have Dominican and Puerto Rican
Right.
women.
Okay, but that's about to
So
be
now
to my
if somebody
point.
from California comes to, if I take them to Washington Heights, they lose their mind. They're like, wait.
And that just be regular chicks in the bodega.
Yeah,
in
it's
LA,
like
they gotta go
regular
pay
I know.
$1,000 to
every
go see
one
them.
of them in New York on Dykeman will look exactly the same because they all went to the same doctor. Now let's go to LA.
Okay.
Where
and the
they're-
women in LA are just
They all
pure.
use the same bronzer. the same.
They're all natural over
they
there in
all
LA.
use the same bronzer. The
Not-
same.
that's not my point.
Texas, they natural.
My point is not that they're all natural in LA, but because so many bitches go to LA with pipe dreams,
Right.
and LA is way more
like getting
I
piped
think
or-
LA is way more transplant than New York. So just like Miami, I think is a lot more transplant than New York. In New York is New Yorkers. You got a couple of other motherfuckers
Well,
sprinkled in here and
I'm
there.
not well- I'm not well
they're
versed.
from New York. Is
For
what
the
you
most
said.
part.
Yeah,
they're
in LA, great, they can all have surgery,
That's
but
what-
I'm
that's what you were
seeing
just saying,
some
though.
different types and styles.
Well, I'm not super
of
well
women.
versed in surgery, but women up here can just go down to the islands and get their shit done for cheap. In LA, I'd imagine it's a little more expensive
But everyone is going to the same.
because they can go to DR for
3
fucking
doctors,
$200 and then come back with an ass. I don't know if you could do that in LA. I don't know if a local LA bitch can. Do they have the same access? I'm asking. I don't know. I'm not that
They
well
might.
versed outside of New York
I
when
don't
it comes to
know.
They
plastic
might.
surgery.
I don't know.
I'm not sure, but they might.
Yeah.
But then again, like you said, they flying. They'll go to
Oh,
where the
yeah.
doctors at. They don't care.
But-
The spots are flying.
Yeah.
I'm saying a local bitch. I'm saying a regular chick from Dykeman
no.
will fly down to DR.
Yeah.
I don't know if a regular chick from South
LA, okay.
Central
I
has
get-
that
yeah.
access.
No. I see what you're
No, I know I disagree with y'all because Rory, you jump out of this now. But no, I know I disagree. How many New York bitches all y'all got?
Well, let's
Exactly.
I don't have.
Exactly.
I don't have any.
Exactly.
I don't have any.
Okay, I know that's our answer here, but we don't even have to answer. But just think, how many? I know I didn't have any. I hated them all.
And I
We've
still
been in
don't.
New York for however long.
Yeah.
We know all of them.
Right. That's true.
So how many New York bitches? When the last time you met a New York bitch and you was excited? Or when the last time you met a New York bitch without your man coming to you and telling you all the niggas she already popped?
Yeah,
Like,
but that's where you're from.
Yeah.
It's a little different.
It's different.
It's
'Cause you
all
can do
right.
the same thing
Remember
in
when you was in
LA.
high?
LA
Remember when you was in
dudes do
high
the same
school
thing.
and other bitches from other
I
high
didn't go
schools
to- I
came
dropped
around?
out in high
All right.
school.
Well, just think of it as a theory.
I was
then.
outside of the high school rapping. I was
All right.
at Crowns.
All right, bitches from other cities
Okay.
came around. Just because they were new bitches, they were better. I was in high school looking at the
was off- you
same
was off the
bitches
same-
every
yeah.
lunch period.
Yeah, that's true.
And then when a bitch from another part of the city came, oh shit. And then everyone from that high school like, bitch is kind of regular to be honest.
All right, just tell me where y'all put
You never
New
been to
York
a high
in.
school basketball game when you seen bitches across?
New York is still a top 5 city though.
Yeah.
As far as women, don't get it twisted. We just named 3, but it's still top 5. I can't
What 3
name-
we named?
Well,
Toronto,
mine-
Texas,
Toronto,
and
LA.
LA.
And LA. That was my 3.
I'm mad we
Toronto.
chose
LA
the
has
second
an
biggest state in the country.
LA
as a
has an
city.
asterisk next to it, like Rory said. though,
Florida.
because
Florida don't get
like-
New York out of here. I'm asking. I'm not saying. I'm asking.
I don't know enough.
But it is debatable.
Florida. I don't know. I don't know enough women from Florida.
Miami bitches be there for like a week.
I'm saying Florida.
Okay, that's 4.
I'm not.
All right, so
I'm not
fuck, we're going
saying
state
Miami.
now.
I'm saying Florida.
Okay.
No, because Florida, much like Texas.
Yeah, Jacksonville.
Yeah, it's too many different.
Tampa.
Yeah.
Tampa.
Some of my favorite. You know what? Let me shut up. I ain't gonna- you know what? You know what? I just had some good time.
Best pizza. Yeah.
Yeah, New York might be 4th or 5th in there somewhere.
man, New York
Bernice
is
is
still
still
tough.
holding us down.
Bernice
Yo,
is
listen. No.
Star tenders keeping us in the conversation.
I have to speak on this, yo.
Uh-oh.
Dog, I remember, listen, Bernice is a bona fide legend out here, yo.
She's
Like,
a
I've
Steph,
been-
she's a Steph
That's
Curry
true.
of
Dog,
fucking
listen, I've
bartenders.
been in other states, and I literally hear I'm not even with these women that are talking. I'm just in a spot, and I hear women talking, and they're like, oh my God, Bernice is so bad. Like, and I'm just laughing, because I'm like, yo, like, she really got women out here, like, going crazy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is Bernice. This is the same Bernice who I'm still waiting for a cup of pineapple juice from the Starbucks. Like, she's still never.
Because Bernice is the worst bartender in the universe. Let's be perfectly clear. That's my baby.
Cool
hey,
girl.
Bernice.
Yeah, cool girl.
Hey, Bernice. But yeah, you're going to be
I
waiting
asked
for an hour for that pineapple juice, my nigga.
Yeah, because there's fucking 10 dudes throwing stacks around her. I wouldn't fucking pour your pineapple juice either.
Bernice keeps looking better.
Yeah, she's aging very well.
Man, you know what it is? It's that complexion is just, like, she just looked like,
But to substance, let's get out of our misogynistic way here. New York women are the best women to be around.
Oh,
in
if we
my
talking
opinion.
about personality,
substance-wise of being around pretty cool chicks.
Absolutely.
I'm on that.
New York is number one to me.
Nope, I'm with you.
And I've traveled to a lot of cities.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And those women, they may look pretty, but they're
still
pretty
rolling
annoying.
Houston. Still going with Houston.
Over New York women?
Nigga,
be around and hang out.
Atlanta
wait,
wasn't
time
even
out.
mentioned. I want to note that.
New York.
I'm off Atlanta. Atlanta was
Me too.
cool.
No, Atlanta.
They lost
I've
it for me.
been to Atlanta 3 times this year. It's already over my quota at 1.
Let's be clear, y'all. We are all New Yorkers here.
Right.
So we may enjoy New York bitches. Everybody else, nah. I don't think New York is
handle
number one.
They probably can't handle.
Yeah, but they all corny.
Hey, say what you want to say. I don't think everybody is rushing to just Netflix and chill in New York, bitch. I don't see it. And outside of Bernice, name me another super fine bitch in New York.
Oh no, let's not do that.
I'm asking a question. I'm asking.
Oh man,
I'm not shitting on home.
Yaris. We just
Yaris had some time.
Yaris has weirded herself out of the game.
No, but listen, if Yaris
we haven't
texts
seen
any
Yaris
man
in a
phone
while.
right now, like, yo, listen, come to the crib, chill, let's watch Netflix. What time you need me there?
All right, now if Dolly Castro texts you right after that, nobody's going to Yaris's house.
Point.
But no, but we're naming.
Hey, I love you,
New
Yaris.
York women.
This is just podcast
We're just
talk,
naming
Yaris.
New York women. There's a lot of cute New York girls still.
You saying the word cute?
Yeah. Well,
I can find a cute bitch in Milwaukee, nigga. What are you talking about?
So what are we talking
got 'em
about?
in Wisconsin, man.
Like super fine.
I said outside of Bernice, name me another New York super bad chick, because the internet allows us now to see all the super fine chicks. And Bernice is the only one niggas is ranting and raving about in New York.
This shit is just like hip hop, because them Startenders paved the way for bartenders, got strippers the fuck out of here, and now you want to take them for granted and start naming other cities. And I'm not going to stand for it.
You know what? I could make a case that Joe is to blame for that.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Wait, I could seriously make a case.
Absolutely.
Joe is to blame for bartenders becoming stars.
1,000%.
Joe ruined the strip club for the whole country?
Listen.
1,000%.
Where's my phone?
Holy shit.
Listen, Joe has
Yo, you're
definitely
totally
pushed
right.
the culture
Absolutely.
to bartenders looking better than the dancers. 100%.
And I think it was me and Amani talking about this. The strippers need a union for this shit now. They're up there doing fucking cartwheels, spinning on their head, butt ass naked, and Bernice is sitting there half clothed,
Snapchatting.
just getting money thrown
Snapchatting.
all over. They need a union. There needs to be a stripper union.
Listen, man.
And Joe is to blame for all of
Joe
this.
is to blame. Joe is a big part of that change, man. I'm telling you.
Hey, I want to be perfectly clear, podcast listeners, that Maul and Amani blame Joe for everything.
No.
Some shit is your fault.
Yeah, no, that's definitely your fault.
There's a good case in that.
That's definitely your fault.
It's my fault that bartenders look better than the strippers?
No,
It didn't used to always
it's your
be that
fault.
way.
Because first of all, we got to be
Bartender was
100%
stripper
clear.
training back
A
in the
lot
day.
of the bad bartenders now used to be dancers.
Right now, you don't want to be a dancer. You want to be the bartender.
Yeah, now you want to be the bartender.
Word.
Now you trying
I don't
to you trying to graduate from the stage.
So let's not forget. Let's rewind the time to where Tahiri was bartending, and she
right.
was the baddest bartender in the city.
Terry was one of the originals.
Okay,
Terry was
so
the
now you
baddest
following my
bartender.
page. You take
Terry was the baddest bartender
Okay,
at
so-
that time.
so-
This is before all y'all fucking hoes got on bartending. She was ahead of the curve.
So this is what I'm saying. So
And she
they-
had natural fat ass.
So this is what I'm
Yeah.
trying to say.
But what are you trying to say?
You took Tahiri and put her in a place where most of these women are where they aspire to be now. They want to come out of the club and get into film. They want to get into TV. They want to get into music. They want to get into modeling. They want to be on the front page.
you
of these
gave her a
magazines.
career, dog. You took her out the club. You took her out the club.
You took
What
her out of
the
the
fuck
club.
do that have to do to Maul's original point of I'm partly
Because
responsible
it's
for the
showing-
bartenders
Tahiri
looking
one
better
point-
than the strippers?
Because
you
now
did
the
that with
bartender's the
Tahiri,
goal.
And now they need to get to the bartending to get to where they not in the club no more. They coming off the stage and getting behind the bar and trying to get out of the club.
Got a point.
They're not coming straight from the stage to getting taken out of the club.
They're going
coming
from the stage to the bar.
And
Tahiri was never on the stage, let's be clear. She was the bartender.
Just a bartender.
But women looked at Tahiri at one point and they saw all the notoriety and the fame that she was getting. And
they get magazines.
Around that time, that's when the change started. I'm telling you. Like,
he's right.
You might not want to look at it like
right.
that, but 2011, 2010, 11, 12 is where the change started. That's where it started. Let's just be real.
Yeah. Rethink your rap legacy.
We keeping it G real. Let's keep it G real. That's what it is.
No, I'm trying to think. I just want to think.
I'm just telling you, bro. I remember when Tahiri was the one that every woman was like, yo, Tahiri. And then they see, Tahiri on TV. She getting videos and magazine covers, King magazine cover. And this.
But she wasn't the first.
I'm not saying.
Right?
Bartender? Name another bartender that had to cover King magazine before Tahiri. I'll wait.
Just wait a minute.
I'm waiting. I'm waiting.
All right, let me see.
I'm waiting.
Let me see.
Because King magazine covers was video girls.
Bartenders wasn't dope.
So you're making my point.
So you took a bartender.
All right, so if we keep it in New York, before there was a Tahiri, there was a China.
China from Suze?
Yeah, nigga. I go back. I'm old too, nigga.
But
there was a China before there was a Tahiri, and China was defined nigga.
Yeah,
in the bar.
China was dancing.
She wasn't. She was dancing. There we go. She's behind the bar.
But she wasn't behind the bar before Tahiri. No,
yes, she was.
No way.
If I spoke to Tahiri now, I would call her. No. China was behind the bar.
I don't think so. I think you're wrong on that, Joe. You got to check the timeline.
China, nigga.
Tahiri. What year was Tahiri bartending? At least
04, 05.
China was not bartending in 04.
China was bartending in 96. What are you talking about? What are you talking about, yo? China was the only nigga at Suze in 97.
No, she was not.
Oh, man. That's bullshit.
Man. This is great New York history, by the way. Like club history.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know all of this stuff. But, yeah, I think China would, well, whatever. It's not important. Let me tell you something, though. These young bitches, man.
Look what you created.
Listen, man. And I could make another claim that Joe is to blame for that, for these young girls.
Hey, who invited you here?
I'm just saying, we could listen. Look what you did for Kaylin.
Young bitches was popping way before Kaylin.
I'm just saying, but they wasn't popping like right now though.
You know what the thing is? I see what you keep going.
I know exactly what it is.
More keep going to see what you did because you can see it. Because you can see it.
Well, show me who it was before Kaylin.
Well, that's the thing.
I can name a bunch of niggas that did a whole lot for these bitches. It's just not public knowledge.
That right there is what changes it. Because what you do, you show so much.
Time out.
No, but that doesn't go against Maul's point in saying, look what you did, because people are now seeing it.
I'll tell you what I did.
All these young bitches that are starting on Instagram see that.
I'll tell you what I did.
And strive for it. They can't strive for something they can't see.
I'll tell you what I did.
Because he's right. And
there was a time in hip-hop where you had to hide your girlfriend.
Yeah, there was. Yep. I agree.
You couldn't have a girlfriend.
Yeah, there was.
Even if you had a girlfriend.
That wasn't too long ago either.
Some niggas still doing it.
So...
Unless you got a girl that's...
It ain't a lot of them.
Unless you got a girl that's of some type of statue.
I mean, Puffy did it with J-Lo, but we saw how that ended. So I don't know if it was a great thing at the time.
Some niggas are still hiding their girls. On, like rap
okay, but
no, I'm saying when it was cool to have a girl.
To have a girlfriend now.
As long as...
She's somebody.
She's somebody.
Yeah, she's a pseudo celebrity.
Right.
Ace Hood's girl ain't nobody.
Yeah, but that's now.
She's great. I love them, by the way. I love Ace Hood and his girl. I do.
I love Ace Hood. Pause.
I love it. No, I'm on Ace Hood.
He can rap.
I think Ace Hood is
I'm with Ace Hood, too.
Very underrated.
His cadence, I think, sparked a lot
I already told y'all.
Underrated. He's extremely underrated.
He half the game old thing.
Is Ace Hood rated?
Yo, look.
Tell me where Ace Hood is rated.
If we talking about...
Look at our we roll. This is great talk, so I'm into this.
If we talking about new artists...
No, Joe got off that because he was about to get proven
wrong. But he's not new.
No, he's not new, but he should definitely be on that same tier with the Meeks and the...
He should be. Meeks took his fucking flow.
Yeah, he should be in that. He should be in that category. He should definitely be in that conversation.
Wait. All right,
he should be in that conversation.
We're gonna give. All right, he should be in the conversation.
He should be.
But let's not discredit Meek.
No, I'm not discrediting Meek.
I don't think Ace Hood is looked at, and I love Ace Hood, by the way. That's my nigga. I'd love to do a song with him. I don't think people are rushing to hear an Ace Hood full album the way that people look forward to a Meek album.
I understand that, but I think
that's popularity.
I'm just talking about
No, it's
talent.
not. That's not true. That's not
I
true. I'm
think
not talking about a popularity contest.
Meek always
Some artists are known for their singles, not popularity contests.
I don't think people are rushing to look forward to an Ace Hood anything. Period.
And that's the problem. And that's the problem.
That's what I'm saying. I don't.
That's the problem.
Didn't the three of us have this conversation on this podcast already?
Oh, I'm sorry if
I don't know.
No.
I don't know.
We talked about Ace Hood.
We just touched on, like I said, the whole flow.
I
thing.
think every year I say I'm ready for an Ace Hood single.
I love Ace Hood.
He's known for a single. He to me, he's the South's Rare Cafe. He keeps a single.
I love Ace
Keeps
Hood.
a single.
To the Meek point, Meek always had an aggressive flow, but I think Ace Hood was the first one to go on those Khaled records and just go with that aggression right away,
And was
which
getting
made
put
it
on
easier to
Khaled records.
digest to a regular consumer.
And was
when
getting
Meek
put
came
on Khaled
around,
records with heavy hitters. and holding
doing
it.
his thing.
With
And that's not to take
top-tier
away
niggas.
from Meek. I just think Ace made it easier for a regular person that listens to a DJ Khaled single to like Meek's verse.
So y'all doing all that. I'm just trying to say I love his girl, man. I love Ace Hood and his girl. I love the yoga, I love all of that shit. I am disappointed.
I know what it is. I think I know what it is with Ace Hood, though. There's a silent curse on rappers that when you get in too great of shape,
Dreads.
No, when you get too great, when you're in too great of shape, like you get too many muscles, that people kind of like fall out of love with you.
Wait, who
I'd
else?
like to hear this theory.
Wait, who else got muscles?
Busta did. and
Okay, well, yeah. Are we gonna name that list?
Wait. You seen Busta?
Busta was big at one point.
No, I'm just saying.
Busta's
he was,
still big.
No. Like when Bust started like really lifting and putting on like weight, it kind of was like, you know what I'm saying? Ludacris.
When the fuck was playing?
When was Ludacris?
Oh man,
I'll say with Nelly.
Have
Yeah.
y'all seen Ludacris?
No, I have.
no,
Well, yes, I have.
no.
When
He was
Ludacris
just at
first came in the game
Kevin Hart
versus where
wedding.
he's at right now,
Yeah.
He's still small.
he looks like
No.
no. You're
By the way,
bugging.
is
You
this
are
so this
bugging.
isn't misogynistic? We're now for the women. We're going to talk about the men's bodies since we just talked about bitches for the
Let's
past
just pause, though. I'm just
3
saying,
hours.
like,
Because
it's a silent curse, man.
Ludacris, timeout. Ludacris is what y'all are considering Ludacris to be big.
I said no.
Yo,
I said Nelly.
y'all
I'd give
remember
that
what
to.
Ludacris looked like when he first
He
came in
was
the
scrawny.
game?
He was a scrawny dude.
Like his body.
Isn't
frame?
he that now?
No, dog. Y'all have not seen Ludacris.
I just saw
I've
a
seen
picture
Fast
of
and the Furious.
Ludacris at Kevin. Shut up, Rory. I just saw.
Okay, well,
I
take
just saw a
that
picture of him at Kevin Hart's wedding, which was 2 weeks ago. He had a tux on, granted,
no,
but he
no.
didn't look huge to me. He didn't look big.
Listen, go pull up a picture of Ludacris' first video, and then look at Ludacris now. It's two different people.
It's
Minus-
20 years later,
This is what I'm saying though. But when he started that,
and that's not fair because
and it's not just the muscles. When you start going into film as a rapper,
you never want to do another rap album ever. So that's what I was
Right,
about to
that's
say. You
all
took
it
my
is.
point.
So-
That nigga started movies and was off
so-
it.
I remember David Banner said this shit years ago, back when like Hustle and Flow had came out. He was like, "Yo, I'm making way more money off these movie checks. I don't really give a fuck
yeah.
about rap. Like
That's a
I
fact.
rap now because I want to.
That's a fact.
So the hunger's not there. So the music don't reflect it the same no more for a lot of these cats.
He was phenomenal in Stomp the Yard too. So I totally get that.
There
Not
was
as
a Stomp the Yard too.
Yeah, I didn't even know.
y'all be throwing.
Wait,
some
which one was
wild
Pump It Up in?
shots on this podcast.
Pump It Up was in. You got served or Stomp the Yard?
You got served.
You got served.
Damn it!
You
Should have been
got
both.
Pump it up. You getting up there, Joe?
I'm old, my nigga.
You got served was 2001.
No, don't try to make me older than.
Nah, I think it was 94.
You got served. No. It was like 2001. Am I right? or wrong?
No, Pump It Up wasn't even done in
2004 maybe.
2001.
2004 was You Got Served. I think.
You know what gets me mad about this Pump It Up thing? Let me just tell you what gets me mad about it. And I don't mind it. I don't mind One Hit Wonder. I don't mind any of the jokes that come with Pump It Up.
Well, they do
This
know all
is
our
what
stuff.
makes me mad
all his
about the Pump It Up shit. Because every time somebody says a word to me about Pump It
This
Up,
is a great segue into Joe, by the way. But go ahead.
are we segueing into Joe?
Yeah, definitely. Because I got
With
some
Maul
shit, so
here,
we
I think
can
we
finish
do
this.
need to have some.
Yeah, I got
we
you.
need
You
to
ready?
end with some stories.
With Maul here, I thought we shouldn't have segued into Joe. Listen, anytime somebody makes a Pump It Up joke, I think of Young Jock, How's It Going Down? I think of Jaquan, Tipsy.
Oh.
I think of
Mims, this why I'm hot.
I think of
Mims was
all
later,
of these
but that's the
men
same-
who had the huge hits, the hits that my label was scared for me to be against, and the hits that just were like monumental hits. Tom Cruise doing the fucking Young Jock dance, like all of that shit. And I think I wonder if these people. I wonder if Jaquan is still hearing a tipsy joke right now. I don't think he is.
I'm pretty sure if someone knew it was him, he'd get a tipsy joke.
Yeah.
I don't think Jaquan is in somewhere. Where would Jaquan be? I don't think Jaquan is in
St.
fucking
Louis.
at Paul Wall's grill shop, fucking hearing tipsy jokes. I just don't hear it. I don't hear it. So why come I have to hear Pump It Up jokes all these years later?
Because they're funny.
Because you're so.
Half of the kids don't even know I made Pump It Up.
No, but you know what it is? It's because you're still.
No, they know. Drake told them.
Because I'm still a dick.
you're still-
No, they didn't even know you talking about. They're like, yo, Joe wildin', Drake just rapping.
Yeah.
Like,
No, I get what you're saying.
that's wild.
But Jaquan's not on social media as like
But
a
the
staple
funny thing
in
about
it.
Pump It Up
You
that
make
when
yourself a
listen to
target.
it, you actually spitting though. And that's
that
why I
is
be
the
laughing.
part I will never,
That's
ever,
why I be laughing
ever
when people start
get.
talking about Pump It Up. I'm like, yo, but Joe was on there spitting for real.
I had no idea the song was gonna fucking be a fucking club song. I was trying to rap.
Man. That's
Until
to
your
me,
man
but-
came, your man's and and you want to stop in the bowling alley and shit. Leave me standing right there, huh? I think that was the separation
You know
in
what's
Maul
funny?
and
Maul's been an
Maul's
informant
relationship.
since
you know what's funny with that?
You never checked
that,
Maul for a wire?
No,
Listen, I totally forgot about that until Joe mentioned that last night. But the funny
I
shit
did it.
The funny shit about that, when Jay came up to me, he was like, yo, what's up, man? You know what you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, who you with? So I was like, you know, I'm with my man Joe. You know what I'm saying? So
He almost snuffed you, didn't
No,
he?
but listen, Jay just kept looking at me like, all right, that's what's up. Like, all right, so I'm gonna see you. So I'm like, damn, conversation over, home. Like, that's it. Like, you gotta go. All right, bet. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, but you gotta know Jay to know why that's funny, because it's kind of like, oh, okay, that's what you with. All right, cool. Yeah, all right, but, you know what I'm saying? It was kind of like good seeing you. You know, I'm like, oh,
Yeah, this
damn,
ain't nothing else to
nigga.
talk about. All right.
So wait, so let's get into Maul for a little bit, because when I was trying to be mature, at some point, it was
When
like
was
a
this?
month, whatever month that was.
Whatever month that was.
I was seeking out Hove to apologize to him, right? Mm-hmm. So I hit Mike Kaiser, and Kaiser's a shithead. Fuck you, Kaiser. I hit Kaiser. Kaiser gave me some industry talk. If you've been in the industry, you can tell industry talk. Mm-hmm. So I left that, right? And then it dawned on me, because Maul's just my friend. Maul's not my friend because of his affiliations.
Right.
Maul's just my friend.
Right.
It's just God's sense of humor that Maul would be my friend and be Rockefeller affiliated somehow. Or yeah, that's crazy to me. God, you wild. But I remember we went to 4040 so I could apologize to Hove. And I was trying to go through Maul to apologize to Hove for my behavior in my 20s.
Right.
And I don't remember what. And Meek performed that night, I think.
Yeah, Meek. It was the NBA 2K release party. Yeah, and Meek performed.
This was before his album, right? So he was on like a run.
I think Jay executive produced that NBA 2K soundtrack.
He did.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, so Meek was at the 4040 doing all of Ross's songs.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, that's just a little odd. But, yeah, so I went through more to try to apologize to Hov. I don't remember what happened with that.
Yeah, it
but
just wasn't the right moment.
It was a bad time,
Jay and Nas were standing there drinking. And it just was like,
Yo, dog, I want you to show my bad for that. Yeah,
it
was-
just was like, nah,
Yeah.
Joe, not right now. This ain't the moment. Like, this ain't Jay and Nas standing there, like, and then I'm gonna bring Joe over to be like, yo, you know what I'm saying? I was kind of wilding back there. It was
That
like,
nigga looked at you
wanna
like,
play Truth or Truth?
you brought Sean Bradley in here to talk to me, nigga? What's
Yeah,
wrong
yeah.
with you?
Whoa. That was just a verse, dog.
That was just a verse.
Let's be very clear. That was just a verse.
Yo, Joe is wild.
So, all right, so let's segue into me. Let's segue. Come on, let's segue. Let's do it. Maul is interesting to me because I'm interesting to him.
Yeah, and that's the funny thing. Like, Joe don't know how interesting he is, man. Like, I remember we spent the night. Fuck that. We spent a weekend in jail, and you know, I'm thinking like we gotta get the fuck out of here.
I was thinking that too, by the way.
Well,
No,
can I get the
okay.
backstory of how you ended up in jail?
Okay, so let's just tell the story real quick. So me and Joe was on our way to see a young lady.
No, we was going to Sin City.
No, but we was going to see Stephanie first. We had to go see Steph to drop something off.
Were we? Where was
Yeah.
Stephanie?
She was in the
'cause-
Bronx.
Yes,
We
that's
was going
why
to see-
we was over there.
we was
What
going
the
to see-
fuck is Stephanie,
Yeah, we was
man?
going to see Stephanie.
Bum ass fucking Steph.
Soon as we get off the exit off the Deegan, I see the police, right? And it's like they're not close to the car, but I can tell they looking right at us. And as soon as I looked at them, I said, Joe, they about to pull us over. Joe said, man, fuck out of here, nigga. Wow, they ain't pulling us over. All right. We bust a left.
Whoop, whoop.
They pull out the spot, lights on. I'm like, I told you. They pull us over, whatever. You know, Joe, you know, he ain't got his L, shit fucked up. All right, cool. So now once you know you ain't got your
Shocker.
shit right, they got rights to just like, okay, so we gonna flip this car upside down.
Yeah.
I'm not tripping because I'm like, whatever, ain't nothing in here. You know, Joe get on his shit quick. You gonna pull me over for some shit? I'm Joe, nigga. You know who I am, nigga. I'm like, Joe, you gotta chill. They find some shit in the cars, a couple pills.
I did not give them consent to search my vehicle,
Right.
by the way.
They find a switchblade.
Them niggas found 3 perks and a blade.
Right. So I'm like, okay, so they ask me, whose is it? Fam, I'm in the passenger seat. Why are you asking me anything? Like, don't ask me. I don't know nothing. They asked Joe. Joe like, I don't know. Okay, so both of y'all going to right? So I'm like, whatever. Like, we just going to go to the precinct. They going to figure it out. We going home in a couple of hours. Cool. We get to the precinct, man. They like, yeah, you know, we're going to see if we can let you go on the ROR, whatever. So Joe like, man, they definitely ain't let me go on the ROR. Like,
Oh, wait, now, time out. This is important because I didn't notice. This is in the beginning of, this is at the very beginning of New York starting to do the DAP's, desk appearance tickets. I mean, desk appearance, whatever the fuck they call it. So that was news to me. In New York, when you get booked, you booked.
Right, that's it.
But apparently, they
if you
will
don't
let
have
you.
nothing else going on,
They'll let you
go home.
That was in the beginning of that.
So I'm like, oh shit, I'm good. I ain't think I had nothing. Joe like, nigga, I ain't good. Joe like, I'm gonna be here. Like, I already know. Like, you know what I'm saying? So we go in the back. We in the cell. They bring one dude in. He wilding like, yeah. You could tell they was fucking him up before they brought him in there. His shit all hanging off him. He started talking shit like, y'all ain't got the hammer. I tossed that shit. Like, I know y'all ain't got it. So I'm looking at him like, son, get ready to go up north. Like, it's over.
I was afraid.
Yeah, because he's talking crazy. So I'm like, it's over. He was going in an hour. They sent him home. They let him go. So now me and Joe like, we out of here.
good.
They saw him throw the gun and everything. Like, we good.
Man.
Fam,
Well, y'all didn't throw the blade.
They came in and was like, yo, yeah, nah, you can't, you gotta go. I'm like, what? Fuck. I'm like, all right, fuck it. We go to the bookings now.
And that truck is ass that transports you. I had never been in that truck. The truck with the divider,
Yeah,
where
like, so Joe
half of the
talking through and
prisoners
shit.
on one side.
Yeah, like-
that shit ass New York, but whatever.
So we in there. So
Just wanted to be dope.
we get to the bookings.
Different from Jersey.
We get to the bookings, and it's a big ass sign that as soon as you walk in that says, from this point on, you will not be going home for 72 hours. I said, man, that's bullshit. nigga.
Fuck out of here with
Yeah, I'm
that.
like, man, get the fuck out of here. I'm not going to be in here no 72 hours.
Now, we was in bookings. That was the Bronx.
Yes, by
All
Yankee
right, cool.
Stadium.
Got it.
We go in there, if they print us, taking us through the system, this, that, the third. I'm like, oh, man. We go in there, this nigga Joe gets comfortable off the muscle. This nigga, I'm talking about, I'm standing up. I'm like, man, I'm trying to get like, what's up, man? Like, well, we need to see the judge tonight. This nigga Joe puts his hoodie on, pulls the strings all the way in to where you can only see his nose and his lips, and lays down on the bench. 5 minutes, Joe sleeps. I'm like, my nigga gonna go to sleep, leave me in here with these niggas up by myself. So now I'm standing in the cells, niggas in there looking. I look over, Joe still sleep, snoring. I'm like, nah, Joe got to get up, man.
But why? Why do I have to get up?
Nigga, because I'm not about to be up. Like, I don't know these niggas. So I'm like, at least if we going to go through the system together, let us both be up.
We a
like,
team. We Cody's right now.
Talk, you know what I'm saying? Talk, in
Man.
case one of these niggas get a little frisky, you know, we can, you know what I mean? Whatever. This nigga snoring.
So nobody was tired but me.
I'm up pacing the whole cell. Joe woke up 3 hours later like, yo, you ain't go to sleep yet? I said, nigga, I'm not going to sleep. I'm not getting comfortable in here. I want to go home. Joe in there, these niggas start rolling up some tobacco by the toilet. Joe like, oh yeah, I need parts. Like, he getting real jail comfortable. I'm like, Joe, you getting too familiar with these
Now,
niggas.
if you're a smoker and you've ever been to jail and somebody has some tobacco and they're able to roll it,
Listen.
I had the matches actually.
Listen. He had the
They
matches.
couldn't light it without me.
These
Hey,
niggas are surrounding the toilet, Ice.
Like
blowing the
Nas.
smoke.
I thought you said you had to match it, like you had to
Blowing
match
the
their
smoke.
tobacco.
They blowing the smoke in the toilet and pushing the button at the same time. Like, niggas become geniuses in jail. So I'm like, wait a minute.
in
That's
jail,
supposed to
I
work?
do that at Kennedy Airport. the fuck is you talking about jail?
I'm like, wait,
Hotel,
this
you
is
just
supposed to
turn the
work?
shower on hot, put the towel by the fucking door.
Fam,
You good?
listen, we in there for about 7 hours on the bottom floor. So now it's a process. As it start emptying out, you move up to the next floor. I didn't know that. I'm thinking, you know, when they told us to come out the cell, it's time to go. Oh, we're going to see the judge out.
Yeah.
Nah, fam. You got a whole nother day in here. Second floor now. Me and Joe in there. This nigga goes back to sleep. But it's just me and him in the cell at this point. He got the whole bench to himself. So in the process of him sleeping, they bring in a whole nother load of a bunch of just
That was
wild
crazy.
Dominican niggas from
That
the
was
town.
crazy.
I don't even know. It was like a sweep or something that weekend. They
was
was
a
just
sweep.
locking niggas up. So niggas come in. So now they looking at Joe like, yo, who this nigga taking up all the seats? Like, he gotta get up. So I'm like, man, we ready to start banging down. I'm like, somebody about to
We about to see
talking
the judge.
crazy. So I'm like, Joe, yo, you saying get up, niggas want to sit down. Joe wakes up, pulls his hood back, like, nigga, I don't give a fuck. I'm like, so I automatically think it's bang time.
It's on now.
Yeah, now we got to fight because now he talking crazy. These niggas, they don't even speak English. They like,
Nah,
yo, they
I
just
come
looking.
from first come, first
Nah, in
serve.
jail, that shit don't work. So now I'm like, yo, I want to see how long it's gonna take one of these niggas to recognize that this is Joe Budden. Soon as I thought about that, nigga was like, yo, that's Joe?
So I put my head down like,
Oh,
Fuck.
As soon as I thought about it.
My nigga, when I tell you niggas started battling each other from across the, yo, let me rap for you, Joe. So Joe, like, he having fun with this shit. All right, let me hear something. It's some nigga over here rapping, a nigga in here rapping. I'm
Across
like,
the cell.
The
And,
whole
and
time,
Joe
mind you,
dumb enough to mock
The
them
CO
in
trying to
person,
watch
too.
the playoffs.
the whole time, all I'm thinking is, I just want to go home, yo. So I didn't eat. We supposed to go eat at Sin City. So we ain't have nothing to eat in a day and a half.
Shout out to all you niggas with them bars. You know what I mean?
Listen, they come to the cell with the sandwiches. You know me, I don't eat meat. So I'm like,
Yeah,
okay,
I'm all a vegan.
I'm leaning on the whole peanut butter and jelly. That's what I'm waiting on. They bring the peanut butter and jelly with no jelly.
so just peanut butter.
So I said, yo, what happened to the jelly? Oh, nah, we cut the jelly out the budget, fam.
But budget cutbacks.
I said, wait, so y'all couldn't cut something before y'all get to the jelly? Like, where was the list? Yeah, I needed to see the cut list. Like, what made it and
Yeah.
jelly didn't? They like, nah, that's it. I don't drink milk. So now all I got is the water fountain. Lo and behold, some dope head AIDS nigga come in. He want to wash his feet in the water tank, in the water fountain.
Yeah.
So now I can't drink nothing because I'm definitely not drinking that.
And now the whole cell ain't really worried about me.
My nigga, some nigga shitting. You know when you a dope head, you don't get that dope. He starts shitting in the middle of the. Dog, listen, it was the worst experience of my entire life. Then when this nigga gets locked up at, what was that, the Best Buy theater?
Yeah. The
This
show
nigga
before.
hide in there. Cops finally find him. When they let this nigga out that shit, you know what this nigga tell me? Yo, Ma, the whole time I was in there, I was like, damn, I wish my nigga Ma was in here. Like, nigga, how you wishing I was locked up with you? Like, what type of shit is
Yo,
that?
for real, I was alone. I was lonely in
This
there.
nigga Joe is the king of lockups, man. In Totowa, Brooklyn almost got shot. This
Yeah,
nigga on the
Brooklyn
back
almost got
balcony ready to jump off and run in the woods. I'm like, Joe, just turn the precinct is right down the street.
Well, the part that you missed leaving out of all of this, I get that all this Joe shit is funny, but Maul was on his feet, standing
Yeah, I ain't say that.
standing straight up
Soldier.
for 79 hours.
Soldier.
I was amazed. See, that's why when I say that I'm amazed at Maul and he's amazed at me. He's amazed how I can fall asleep in there. I'm amazed at how one man can stand upright for 74 hours and not have any issues at all.
Nah, I wouldn't sit
that's
down.
nuts to me.
Because I wasn't trying to get comfortable. You feel me, Ice? Like I was like, dog, I don't want to be here. So in my mind, I'm looking at the clock like
I'm on my way out.
I want to get the fuck out of here. Joe just packed it up. Soon as we got there, he's like, oh, we gonna be here. I'm like, no, my nigga, like we need to get out of here. We was in there Friday night. We got home Sunday late night.
I think Jersey niggas look in New York jail like that because in Jersey you can always bail out. You can always get a bail. You can always in New York.
You sitting.
You kind of so when you get pulled
Shit,
over
you lucky
in
if you
New
don't
York.
Go to the Tombs.
Oh my God. No.
Yeah, that's
You
crazy.
lucky if you don't.
No, we was lucky we was in the Bronx. Definitely, 100%.
They send you to Tombs for bullshit in New York.
Yeah.
I ain't never been locked up in New York, so knock on wood. I don't want to experience it.
But
Thanks
you
to
know,
guys.
that's just some of my funny encounters with Joe, man, and his brain. And
Maul wanted OLS 3 to not ever go out.
that's not true. What happened was you was recording it, and you recorded, and I was like, damn, Joe. But I didn't know that once you told me you spoke to homie in the DMs, and y'all was talking about everything, and you told me everything that he was saying, I said, oh, no, fuck that. Put that out.
Oh, okay.
I didn't
I don't
know.
remember that part.
Yeah, like, I just thought he was recording it, and he was letting it go.
It's
I
just
didn't
man
know.
code.
I didn't want this shit to go out, period. Remember,
Yeah, I didn't know him and homie had a
I
conversation.
didn't
But
want
once
none
he
of this shit
told
to
me
go out.
about the conversation, I said, oh, no, put that out. But at first, I was against it because I just felt
I was
like it
against 3 and
Maul
4.
thinks that the "I Want You Back" verse with Fab is the the funniest verse in the universe.
only because you start the record with, let me start off with I love you, and I think we have the power to grow.
Time out. I do love her.
Right.
and I did feel like we had the power to grow.
But
It was
everything
all
after
downhill
that was
from there.
downhill. After that, everything after
No
that
growth
said.
after
The
that.
sharp left turn
Yeah,
came immediately.
that's why that
No-
song, that verse is so funny to me because it's like you just said you love. So I'm expecting he gonna say, I fucked up, I was wrong.
No.
You understand? no, that shit went all the way left, and I'm
let me
like,
tell
yo,
you.
this nigga's an asshole, man.
That was dope because you had what the hell was that? You had Off to the Races, which came out on
Which is
your
hard.
tape, and you dropped that the day before.
That's why I thought that was dope
This was funny as shit because she heard Off to the Races
on Thanksgiving.
and spazzed out on
Oh,
was
yeah,
it
she
Twitter
didn't
and shit.
know what was coming.
Right, and we
Yeah,
was
she heard
sitting
the
there
fast
like
on Thanksgiving, yeah.
we was like, yo, if you mad about that and Fab is dropping this tape tomorrow with that what was it? Want You Back?
Yeah, I Want You Back.
Yeah,
It was on
Want
Soul
You Back.
Tape 2.
Two. With that Want You Back on there, it's going. I was
Listen,
like, I'm just gonna sit on. I'm gonna sit on her
Tahiri
timeline.
was at BB King's backstage before this nigga went on, riffing. Oh yeah, you motherfuckers gonna go on stage? You gonna talk shit about me? I'm like, this is not gonna go well. This is gonna be an interesting night.
Oh, that was Love and Hip Hop shit.
I was about to say that was
Yeah,
the one
right?
with the
That
cameras.
was- yeah, the Love and
yeah.
Hip Hop.
That's what I was just
I tried to get out of that one. I swear I did. I saw that setup coming a mile away. I saw what they was trying to do there.
No, the
Mona's
funniest
good.
setup was when we was at the house filming Love and Hip Hop, and me, you, Tahiri, Rocky was at the table in Winter, and we was having a whole cool conversation.
0 to 100.
As soon as they came with them cups, I said, "Look at this bullshit." if you look at that, it wasn't no cups present in the beginning of that conversation.
Wait.
Mona and them brought them cups out about an hour in. I said, "This is some bullshit." Like they know what they doing with these cups.
So wait now that you said that's a great segue. Are y'all caught up on your Love and Hip Hop Hollywood?
No, absolutely not.
Okay, so me neither.
I don't even know
but
who's on
more importantly, Fetty Wap is on there.
Oh, we spoke about
is
that
he?
last time. I was surprised
Mom,
Fetty did that.
Mom,
He's
tell
a
me-
character on there, or he just happened to be on the show?
No, he's
Oh, because he has the girl pregnant. What's
Yeah.
her name?
Which
Masika.
one?
Yeah, Masika's his baby. Okay, yeah.
He got mad.
Tell me
Shit
why
right
Fetty
now.
Wap is on
Well,
Love and Hip
his
Hop.
baby mother's on there.
Fab chick was on there.
Listen, Fab is he don't want to be nowhere. He don't want to be nowhere near those cameras, and I don't blame him. But Fetty might just be like, him and his girl might, it's like, okay, let me give her a look. Like,
Yeah, but coming off of the year he had and all of that.
Yeah, but
you go
also
to Love and
reality
Hip Hop.
TV wasn't common
But I don't
when
think-
Fab was coming up. With Fetty coming up, it was
only in
a
the
thing.
second- yeah, it was like the first or second.
Yeah,
year
yeah,
when
that was
him and-
weird to
first
Fab.
one,
You got a bunch of
first
cameras
one.
around me and my girl. Fuck that. I'm not doing that. Fetty's probably used to that. That's how he
No,
grew
but
up.
hold on. Is Fetty on the show or is he just on?
That's what
the
I was
show?
asking. Is he? Is his in the
I'm not-
intro?
this
Is he
is
sitting
only
there doing
why
some
I
corny
wouldn't
pose?
give
I don't
a
know.
fuck.
He shouldn't. His name shouldn't be.
That nigga's in multiple episodes.
Oh, he is. Oh shit. I didn't,
Yeah, with dreads.
I didn't know that.
That's the only thing I didn't get. I like
yeah.
Love and Hip
Safari's
Hop.
Safari's the only thing I saw.
Wait, Safari's on
Safari's
Yeah.
a character on there.
Safari's on
According
Love
to my
and Hip Hop
timeline, he's a
Hollywood,
character.
man.
Yeah, he's on there
Yes.
with Nicki.
Yes. No, shut up, man. He's not on. Oh, Nikki. I thought
Nikki
you meant
baby. You
Nikki.
got
Yeah,
Nikki.
yeah, yeah.
Everybody know I'm not talking about that Nicki.
Well, you said
I thought
Nikki.
you were.
You said Nikki like
Yeah.
Nikki baby was the Nikki, and I just followed you. So I don't mean no beef. These are all sin little friends I got to be friends with.
Right.
But yeah, when you say Nikki, I think
Wish you
Nikki.
could saw my face, listeners.
Okay, so listen, that Safari shit leads me to, and I'm not staying on this, but this was a shocker to me, and I'm not going to say this around. Well, I am going to say it around Maul, but because Maul's jaded. Maul thinks that all y'all women ain't shit, and he'll never get a girlfriend.
Never.
Even though he just maybe had a girlfriend. We don't talk about that. We're going to get you. Rosa Acosta.
She's on the show. I'm out of the loop, y'all. I'm gonna just be honest with y'all. I don't know
Wait, she on the
what's going
show?
on. Rosa Acosta's on.
Nah,
Love and
I'm not
Hip Hop?
rolling.
For what?
Just listen to me.
Okay,
All right,
my bad.
Safari is dating Nikki Baby.
Right.
Nikki Baby is bisexual on the show dating Rosa Acosta. Safari then comes in and says, nah, I what's yours is yours. What's yours is ours. We share. So I want both of y'all. So
real.
that's
He said it kind of ill. He said it in a ill
no,
way.
no, he didn't. He said it with a Jamaican accent.
Nah, he said
Safari
no,
getting
because he
them
said
bars
He said every sound
the shit he
stupid.
said was
But Safari, my man.
whatever y'all got, I want that too.
He wants to
Right
fuck
up on-
both of them.
Yeah, but the way he said it was like, yo, whatever y'all got going, whatever relationship y'all got, I need that one.
So now I will say,
He said, "Me need that."
Wait,
I was a bit disappointed in Rosa Acosta for that.
Yo,
I was.
She's an
I was.
OG in
wait,
this
I
whole
was.
shit.
wait. I thought Rosa Acosta was with like some billionaire dude. Like,
No, she been left him.
what the fuck is going on out here, man? I'm just lost. I don't know. I don't know.
She not.
That story just sounds wild. Safari on Love and Hip Hop dating Nicki Baby, and she's dating Rosa Acosta.
I'm just telling you what's going on in the streets. So now, apparently, after this Hollywood shit goes off, and I'm not gonna stay on Love and Hip Hop. They got a Miami or a Houston coming.
No, Houston, they shut that shit down.
Yeah, I heard
Oh,
they
they not
tried.
playing. Yeah. They tried with Houston, and Houston was Houston. Shout out to Houston. They shut that shit down really quickly, so they got
Hold
that
up,
out of
y'all
there.
got the wrong ones.
But now I was in
That
my I was in my house and seeing now this is the problem when you know some of the women, and so I'm in my house, right? And Sin had to put on Basketball Wives because I don't know anything about Basketball Wives at all. All I know is that Basketball Wives was on, and I was looking at Duffy from Dallas. Duffy, DJ Duffy.
On Basketball Wives?
She's a main character in Basketball Wives.
I'll tell you why. I only know that because her manager reached out to me today to get her on a set for Any Palooza, and I was like, "She's on Basketball Wives."
So Duffy was on Basketball Wives, and she seemed very angry and upset with a girl. Come to find out, the girl was a woman by the name of Angel, and it's Angel. It's Angel from New Orleans.
Oh my God! What the fuck?
Angel.
Joe is to blame for all of this shit, man. They're all connected to Joe in some form.
The whole fucking show is connected. He invented the show.
They are all connected to
He
Joe
invented
in some-
the show.
See, you see how everything comes back to my point? Joe is to blame for all of this shit.
How am I to blame because Angel and Duffy are on Basketball Wives? I know, I can't even dribble. I have a jump shot. What are you talking about?
But they not
I'm
married.
barely a rapper.
But they're not basketball wives either. That's the kicker. They are
Yeah,
not
no, that is
married
the
to
funny
no
part of that
basketball
show.
players.
I've been
Duffy
forced to
is not
watch that,
married
and
to
not
no
one
basketball
bitch
player.
on there is a wife.
Angel's not married to no basketball
Yeah, but you don't
player.
have to be married. You know, you just got to be affiliated with. Angel has been affiliated with. I don't know
And
who
they are
Duffy's
all
affiliated with.
I'm about to say, if that's the case,
They
shit.
are all affiliated with you.
No, they are not.
I met Angel with you in New Orleans.
We were in New Orleans.
I met Duffy with you out here somewhere. She came to New York.
No, that's not fair.
That's
That's
not
what-
fair.
That's not fair.
That is, I met Duffy
She was
in
chilling
Dallas
with
with you.
you.
No, she was not chilling with me.
Oh my God, Joe!
Dog.
Joe, you're crazy.
Chilling with me where in New York?
We was somewhere, some hookah spot or something. She was with you.
I've never even seen Duffy in New York.
You're
We saw her in Dallas, Maul. We
Okay,
were
so
in Dallas.
Dallas.
We were in
Dallas.
Dallas. We saw her in Dallas.
Dallas. Okay, she came out to hang out with you. Here we
A
go.
Jace.
A Jace.
And that's a different time than the time
She
we
came
met in
out to hang
Dallas.
out with you.
I'm not rolling with that one. But, oh, Angel, I felt so bad. I felt so bad that Duffy and her fucking mean, angry crew were screaming on fucking beautiful Angel.
Wait, so who's Angel's boyfriend? Who is she connected to?
Angel is on the show by way of the other. Why are you on my face? Fuck out of here. By way of the other Angel, Angel Brinks, that makes the clothing.
So Angel from New Orleans is not dating a basketball player.
Not currently on the show, no.
Okay.
Angel is just friends with Angel Brinks.
Okay.
And it seemed like Duffy and
Angel
some
Brinks
other bitches
is-
that's a lot bigger than Angel and Angel just be mad and barking on them every episode.
Well, that's-
I don't know why Sin is into this. Well, actually, she's not really into it. Me and her would be laughing together. But, oh, I feel bad for Angel's beautiful.
Yeah, she's a beautiful.
Angel's beautiful.
She's a
All right, so I'm all for reality TV.
Thank you.
We got on Frank. Last week we had Star here, so we couldn't talk about Tori's album.
Or Party's album.
Well, we talked. Let me say about Tori's about Party's album. Unless you want to talk about it. Ice and Maul like Party's album.
Wait, who?
Ice and Maul. No,
I don't like Party's album.
Oh, so that was Rory and Maul.
I like it. It's,
I'm about to say,
I think it's
I like it's
his
wrong.
It grew
worst,
on you.
Yeah.
It grew on both of you. I know.
I think
Yeah,
it's
I'm
his
not
worst-
listening to
his
it
like
enough
worst
times
work.
for it to grow on me.
It fucking grew on you. It grew on me.
Yo, dog.
I didn't like it at first, but then
If I listen to anything,
once I listened to it
if I listen to
99
anything
times.
20 times, I'm gonna like
You
it.
said
Like, I'm good.
was
Fuck outta
herpes
here.
the
Why niggas
comparison?
hate Joe, man.
Why? Tell me why. Tell me why.
Like he didn't just say before, maybe Frank's album will grow on me.
Yeah, like it's
Verbatim.
Like, yo, but
no,
not
I only
only
said that to be politically correct. I hate that album. I'll never listen to it.
No, but not that. It's just that Joe is an artist, and he knows that artists are sensitive sensitive about their craft and their work. And he has no problem shitting on somebody's craft or their art.
I can shit on my own.
No, you can do that.
I feel like artists, right? Artists, when you're an artist, you should, well, the artist that I grew up with anyway, you're your own worst critic. There's nothing nobody could say about your craft that you maybe haven't thought of yourself or felt or you take it. You're your own worst critic. What can somebody say about your craft?
Yeah, but when you put everything into your craft and give it to people and they shit on
it,
you make it all type of way.
Do you think that Party don't know that the album 1 and album 2 is way better than fucking part 3?
No, I don't know that he knows that.
Listen, because this is where you're going wrong, Joe.
I don't know that he knows that.
As an artist, this is where you're going wrong, Joe. You know that when you create music, you create it if you're a certain type of artist, you create it from a timeline of that point in your life. Of that moment in which you've experienced and what you've been going through. Just like Reasonable Doubt is going to sound much different from American Gangster because Jay was somewhere in Reasonable Doubt versus where he's at in American Gangster.
Oh, this is a bad argument.
No, it's not.
Because they both two different dopes.
No, but listen, but Party... Okay, so... but
this is not a different dope.
Listen, to you...
I'm not going to sit there and listen to you vegan and you going ham. And I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
It's pretty dope.
You're not going to... No, it's not. I know to you it's dope.
It was a joke.
The thing, though, Joe.
Calm down.
Well, you like it.
Even in that, it's like... Artists feel like you don't have to like their music, right?
Time out. But wait, before you finish, let me just say this.
Okay.
Because I know that niggas think I just hate everything OVO. It's not point. That's not true. Party knows that I'm a Party fan.
Just like Drake knows you're a Drake fan.
I don't know what he knows.
Drake knows you're a Drake fan.
I can't speak to what he knows.
I know everyone in the world knows that Joe's a Drake fan.
I don't see, but we're not going to
saying that.
We're not going to talk about that. But that's how wild the world is. Because I thought that I was very clear in saying I am a Drake fan.
Let's just move on.
So let's get off of that.
Move on.
Last year, let me paint a picture for you. Last year, when all of us Party fans were fiending for Party music. I think some of you remember, I tweeted Party.
Yeah, I remember that.
I said, yo, can we get something, any type of something this summer? And he said, he retweeted it and said, yes, right? That summer came and went, we heard nothing from Party.
Right.
Then, when he kept pump faking, or when somebody from OVO kept pump faking, we don't know it was him, they did OVO Sound Radio with all Party music, right? And some of those songs were amazing, amazing, amazing. We never heard them again. They ain't on the album, but they did that whole stream as if an album were coming. So cool. Real niggas taped it, or I asked you to send me something from that stream because it was good music on there. Right. And then we went quiet again. And he wasn't, I feel like, and this could be me and my own brain, I feel like we didn't even get a Party Next Door release date until after Wake. I feel like he wasn't promoting a release date.
I can't say yes or no.
I don't know. I'm not saying I'm right.
It wasn't. Somebody tweeted this shit, and I laughed because it was kind of fucking accurate. It was like, yo, Joe, this is your fault. You rushed the Party album because he Wake, and here we go. This is not the album nigga wanted to put out, but thanks.
That don't. All right, this is my only thing with Party. This is my only thing with Party.
More blame.
And I would have the same beef with Tory, and we're gonna get into Tory too. But I would have the same beef with Tory if you condition the fans for however many years. Actually, let's take The Weeknd. Perfect example. Did you like The Weeknd's first album?
No, I'm going to get to my theory. I was waiting for you.
Did you like The Weeknd's first album?
You're taking my theory that I came up with.
Oh, yeah, so let me give you the floor because you're right. I don't want to take that because that was an amazing... You go ahead. I can't even say that, so you go ahead.
Yeah, so Joe's not talking about Drake. This is Rory, nobody, I don't matter, Drake fans. Don't feel his mentions.
No, you can still kill Rory. This is Rory. I don't matter.
If you've noticed... In OVO, there is a pattern here. The Weeknd put out amazing mixtapes. Then he went to go work on Take Care. He put out his first album, subpar to any mixtape he had put out prior to that.
Worst album we ever heard.
Majid Jordan went to work on Nothing Was the Same.
This hurts.
Had an amazing fucking EP. They put out their first album. It is subpar to their mixtape. P&D.
That one hurt. That one really, really, really hurt. Because that Majid Jordan EP, if you haven't heard it, go get it. It's incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible. Yeah.
Party Next Door put out some great mixtapes before. Goes to work on Views. Puts out an album. It is subpar to his mixtapes. This has been a pattern with every last OVO artist.
Is there a full-length Roy Woods project out?
Yeah.
I like Real
It's
Woods.
good
Just came
It's
out.
good too.
Yeah,
it's
it just
good.
came out a couple months back.
I like Real Woods a lot. I need to hear that album.
I got it.
Division had a different pattern, so I don't know if I could put them in there.
Well, Division is more of a 40 thing, right?
No, it's 1985. Who's a great producer for Drake. Did Hotline Bling and a bunch of shit on Views. Well, yeah, they did a bunch of shit on Views, and Division did a bunch of shit on Views.
I hear that Division is more of a 40 project. I'm not talking about the production, the production side, but Division's amazing.
Oh yeah. I love their only project is their album. So I mean, they kind of skipped the put out a mixtape, go work on an album.
Everybody keeps saying Frank put out an album, so I feel bad for anybody that put out an album this week, or he got Tory and
Tory
fucking,
shit is fire.
Yeah, Vanity, yeah.
Is it?
Yeah,
I like it.
I like it. I'm
I
sorry.
like Tory shit.
Fire?
All right, fire may have been a bit much. You're correct.
Fire
Paul.
to me.
You
got
know,
us
get mad
banned,
niggas
Seth.
start talking about my guy Tory. Wait,
got us
hold on.
banned, Seth.
I gotta get my cake.
I listened to the album twice. I think it's a cool album.
It's a good album.
I don't think it's fire.
It's a good album.
It's fire.
I think
to
it's
me.
a cool album.
I love
a
Tory
good
album.
I think it's a cool album.
So let me understand.
I have been I was a bit eager
So
with
Party's album grew on you.
and Tory's might.
Well,
I'm
some
not saying it's
albums
not.
grow on
I
you
said
and
it's a
some
cool album.
don't. Joe.
So,
Yeah.
all right, let me ask you.
But I will tell you
question.
this though, those skits, he lost me. I was like, come on.
I'll give you the
bro.
version without the skits.
We've
I
been
cut all
joking.
the skits off.
We've been joking on those skits
that's
for the
like,
past
come on.
week.
I get what he tried to do with that.
Tory, baby.
There are albums that have done that.
Tory.
And it worked.
Tory,
In my
Tory.
opinion.
I get what he was trying to do, but
I
he
always
just fell
go.
short
I
of the
always
whole
go,
skit
and I'm
thing.
pretty sure y'all don't. I always go to Mano's first album, who did the exact same thing with the skits and told his story
Right.
through the songs. The skits tied.
Yo, you
No, I
can't.
get-
Yo,
I
Ice
get what
uses
Tory was
Mano's
doing.
album as a reference for everything
that
hip hop.
fucking album is. I'm sorry.
I get
man.
what Tory was
He's
trying
gotta
to
be
do,
good in
but
strip
he
clubs in
didn't-
New York.
It didn't translate it didn't translate well.
Those
Right,
skits,
his didn't translate well.
Tory,
Exactly.
Tory, you my guy, and I'm saying this out of love, bro. Those are the worst skits I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah,
Right.
Like I was
Right. They were bad skits.
They are unnatural.
Yep.
They are fake. It almost sounds like the Bizarro
No,
version.
but I went to his listening session at SOBs, and he was saying that those are real stories. So as we're listening, I'm kind of like, okay.
I'm not talking about the stories. I'm talking about how they're executed.
Oh, okay. Well,
I don't doubt that. You know, that's the thing about artists when they put out their first album. They had their whole life to do it.
Yeah,
So
that's a fact.
I do believe that Tory has been caught up in some gang shit and had to make a choice between music at some point. I believe all of that.
We all from-
How it was
It just don't sound-
executed.
it don't sound right.
yeah. I agree. No, I
It
agree.
don't sound right.
I agree.
That's
I
why
cut- I
I'd be
cut 'em.
scared of skits
Like they
on
was
my
almost
album.
uncomfortable
Because
selling it.
yeah.
Yeah.
There's tapes
That's
where it
all.
worked. There's joints. Fab's last tape. The skits did not work for me.
All right, what tape are you talking about?
Summertime Shootout.
Okay.
The skits were terrible. I went right to Fab. Yo, fam, check this out. Give me the version without the skits.
Do we like that album from Fab?
I like the first half.
I like it.
Do we like the Young OG album from Fab?
I like it.
I like it.
Young OG, I like.
I have
Young OG was a good
Yo,
album.
listen, I have a case that Fab is prototypically probably has the best rap career, aside from the obvious big dogs.
Oh, okay.
When you talk about a rapper, right? Like, you can only dream to have a career like Jay or M. You know what I'm saying? But like when you're a kid from the hood and you rap, you make music. Like Fab has been out for a lot of years and he's still so relevant. Like he's relevant fashionably. He's relevant with music. When every time you see Fab, he looks current. He doesn't look like he's falling off. You know what I'm saying? And he's always like right there, like in the mix of everything. And it's like, dog, this nigga has been at it for years. When is he gonna slip and look like, all right, it might be over for Fab?
No,
haven't
I
seen
said, I
that
said
yet.
the last podcast that rap is the only genre where consistency is not championed.
Right.
It's not.
Fab has been consistent, man. And a lot of people don't talk about it, but when you look at Fab's career and then you look at Fab right now, you can't see, like, I don't know where he slipped at, honestly. And he did, and he had a time where he didn't put out.
Fucking slip.
You say you see where he slipped.
I mean, that's just me as a Fab fan. That whole funeral Fab phase. I
You
was-
talking about skill set.
Yeah. I know what Maul is saying.
But that ain't what we talking about.
Yeah, no, I'm not talking about. Yeah,
I know what you're
I'm
We talking about productivity,
Yeah.
just everything.
relevant.
He's just
Relevant.
always been there. I
He's
got you.
right there, like consistently.
Yeah.
Like you can, like people don't talk about that, but Fab needs to get more credit for that. He really does. He really
Fab don't get enough credit?
No, not for being as consistent as he's been, no, and as relevant as he is, no.
He dropped to me one of the best tapes last year. which was the Friday Night Freestyles tape.
Yeah.
If you need to be refreshed on how dope Fab is, go to a Fab concert, and then you'll realize how many fucking hits Fab has.
Let me tell you.
If you need a refresher,
I did that.
Pay
I actually
pay
did
that ticket price.
back
I'm
in,
sure it's not even that much because Fab don't be
listen.
charging that much for his
Dog,
shows.
he did a show.
He has a
back in-
million fucking hits.
He did like a 2.5 hour show of just the hits before he started touching
what I'm
on the
talking
summertime
about. He
shootout
don't get-
records and the freestyles.
They don't talk about that enough.
We got our whole fan base in California changing this fucking station right now.
I never hear Fab. I never hear Fab is old. I never hear Ross is old.
Well, he dressed like he's not old.
But he doesn't look.
He carries himself.
It doesn't look crazy though. You know, when you
No,
see an old dude
yeah,
trying to dress, you be like, "Come on, dog!" Like you never say that about Fab.
Right.
Never.
I agree.
I've never seen Fab and be like, "Yo, he look crazy." Never said.
You won't ever say that about Fab either.
But you know what I'm saying? It's like,
Fab is
dog,
cool.
and when you really think about it, it's like he's been in the game for years.
No,
can't- you
I
can't
looked at
buy
Fab.
cool
I did
when
look
Fab
at
is
Fab
cool.
at one point and wonder why he was wrapping that paper towel around his head. That was the
Oh,
only
shit,
time.
that was
First came out though.
Yeah, that was when he first came out.
I wrapped a paper towel around my head.
That
Him
was
and
the Lil
Kiss
Mo
was doing
video.
that.
So did Jada. Yeah.
That was the
And
little.
don't
That
get
was
it
the first.
twisted.
I
time.
went
Don't get
1,000
it twisted. Niggas was in the hood.
When I was a kid, I
Wrapping
went
it with
1,000% had a paper
wrapped
towel around
their
my head.
head. Yes, they were.
Fab, Kiss, and I think Jewels might have did it too, but he was a little later. But yeah, niggas was doing that.
Y'all know who hit me today? Speaking of all this, y'all know who hit me for a verse on some shit they got
On
coming?
Kiss the Game Goodbye, he might have had a.
Yep.
On Kiss the Game Goodbye on the album cover, he had a
PLK.
fucking paper towel
Don't
on his
play
head.
for the new joint.
My guy PLK came
Oh,
through.
man.
Huh?
Who the hell's PLK?
That's
Banks.
Lloyd Banks.
I was happy about it.
It's funny. Didn't we just talk about?
We did.
Yeah.
But we knew he was coming. He was tweeting and shit. I didn't think he would hit me. But I was very happy about that. I'm a Banks fan. So
I'm a Banks fan.
anytime
In
I
high
can
school,
get,
Banks was my favorite rapper by far.
I'll say I'm a PLK Banks fan, meaning when he was heavier on the punchlines. Banks
That
last-
Mo
Banks
Money in the
last-
Bank mixtape series
Heavy
is
on the
one of
punchlines.
my fucking favorite mixtape series.
Banks' last
ever.
two tapes didn't do it for me. I listened to him and I'm just like, it feels like
The Cold
his
Corner shit?
flow is off. No, the one he did with Drama, F&O.
I don't think I heard that. I think the Cold Corner is the last one I heard.
And
I used to be having Ice
Halloween,
exclusive
Halloween,
like
Halloween
the title.
Havoc too.
Oh no, I listened to Halloween Havoc too. I didn't mind it. It was cool.
That's not the
See,
best.
Joe is in that same. He's supposed to be in that same box though. It's supposed to be Fab, Joe, and Banks.
Want to hear the difference?
No.
Want to hear the difference?
Absolutely.
Want to hear why?
Why?
Because it ain't rapping ability. Joe's corny.
Yeah,
That's it.
but that's gonna always be it.
That's
it.
that's
It's never
why
gonna be rapping ability.
perception wise.
But why is
Well, I
Joe
think-
so cool?
Joe-
Well, no, and I think
Joe doing crazy shit.
You be
I also
wildin'
add in.
sometimes.
I also add in
Wild shit,
his
dog.
content because when Banks,
You know what?
when
and not
Banks
only-
started going out on his own, he would put out those Mo Money in the Bank series where he was tearing up every record. And not to say Joe did not also do that. The content of Mood Music is not the content of Mo Money in the Bank. So a lot of people in the hood ain't trying to hear that. So they're gonna put Banks there.
And the other thing, which I hear when your name comes up, you've taken a lot of L's publicly compared to a lot of, and they
You
count
gonna
that.
you gonna take a lot of L's when you the first nigga to do shit. I'm the first nigga to do a lot of this shit. Like, let's think
I'm
about
not
it.
saying you
Time out. But I'm talking. If we gonna talk about corny I am, let's talk about motherfucking great I am and why I'm so corny in the first place. The fucking battle rap shit.
Correct.
That's considered an L by many, and it was a loss.
Mm-hmm.
It was also a first.
Correct.
Yeah, it was a loss.
That entire genre, actually, I can make an argument, died after I did it. Not died, but died down from the hype. Y'all veterans, y'all smack veterans need to fix that too.
I see what you're saying.
Y'all smack veterans should fix that. I don't know what's going on. Surf clips, all y'all niggas. I don't know if it's the pay. I don't know what's happening.
It got too publicized.
Yeah, it's too big.
But
It's too big.
as soon as I was trying to bring awareness. As soon as that stopped, died down a little bit, right? Let's see what else. Radio. Radio. I'm just doing a morning show. Smackfest. All of that shit. Podcasting. All of that shit. Digital releases. Showcasing who you are outside of the label. Yeah. All of the shit that is part of artists' rollout now, be very clear. I helped to pioneer some of that shit.
Well, we were just saying you created love and hip hop.
Yeah, but
yeah, I can make that argument too. So love and hip hop, they call a lot of the things they call you me corny for.
No, but I think
who the fuck else is gonna try to trial and error in some of this shit?
I don't know if it's own love and hip hop.
We're talking about corny is just certain things that you do and say and how you move that other rappers look at like, what's wrong with this nigga?
Give me an example. Outside of sitting Indian style.
Okay,
I think
like,
a lot of rappers would have thought
right.
Joe Budden TV was some corny shit. At
Yeah,
the
Why
time.
they
now
all
look,
dick
though.
rolled?
But now look,
They all
I'm
dick
not
rolled and did
telling
the
you
same
that
thing.
it was. I'm telling you. I can
think-
see a rapper
I'll give
saying
you an
this
example. I'll
motherfucker
give you
putting
an
his
example.
girl in his crib on TV.
But
That's
now they're
just
all
crazy.
doing it.
Yeah, but not all
No,
but
I'm
fuck
saying
that.
at the
talking about
time
shit
when no one was
I'm
doing
talking
it.
about. I'll give you an example because I've actually had this discussion with a rapper. Then we used to go to Jersey Girls and you open the laptop, headphones on in the club because that's how you wrote.
Yeah.
They're like, this nigga's in the strip club on a laptop.
Writing.
I get
And
it.
I write and rap better than whoever the fuck nigga is that said
No,
it to
no,
you.
We get that.
We
See,
not
There's
debating.
hey, no, we're not debating. I'm just backing up my point.
No.
You know why I rap
Joe.
better than you fuckhead ass nigga? Because I'm in the strip club not tipping the bitches I can fuck for free and with my laptop up writing around.
No,
So our perspective is different.
No, we get that.
We get that.
But what we're
Nobody.
saying is,
We just
that's
talking
just-
about
You asked
why.
the question.
That's just not. That's just not
To rappers,
To rappers, that's just
you
not
don't
what
go
this
in a strip
nigga
club
doing.
to do that.
You could have did that at home. Another thing.
No, I could not have done that at home.
Sit with your laptop open and listen to music. And
No, order chicken wings and look at bitches with fat asses while my computer is open and be served my fucking Red Bull and juice while I write around. It's about being catered to. That's the same reason
If
people
you
go
had
out
it
to
like
dinner.
that, you could have done it at your crib.
Well, I didn't have it like that. I had a girlfriend at home, so I was trying to escape her ass.
but then it's shit like, because I've also heard rappers say the whole shit with, not being on get on that, but the whole shit with Wu-Tang.
Oh no, let's talk about that too. Let's talk about that too.
No, but the part that
'Cause let's
came
be
off-
very clear that
Hold on,
my
listen,
hands
no,
is up.
No, listen.
Oh,
Fuck all
okay.
that. The part that was looked at as corny.
You're on a
was-
U-string
Yeah,
with the
like
ice.
you got back on.
Right.
You sitting there with ice on. You didn't have to do that. It's like, nigga, fuck that.
I
get
did.
Some shit popped off.
I did have to do that when I have 100 Crips saying, "Yo, you go get in front of that camera and you be good. You be clear. You always be accounted for while we go turn this shit up."
No,
I did have to do that.
No, but I'm saying.
Perception wise, they don't know that, and I knew that.
Yeah.
It made perfect sense.
But what I'm
you're
saying
creating
is
an
this, though,
alibi.
You're looking crazy, and they understand it
Right.
here.
You gotta
but they're
understand
answering
that.
the
Oh, no, I
question.
understand too.
Only
That's all it
seeing
was.
this.
Ice and More
Oh, okay,
totally
I got it,
understand
I got
why
it,
you're
I got
doing
it.
these
Yeah.
things.
Yeah,
But the
we got it,
perception
I
from
got it,
another
I got it.
rapper is like, why does this fucking guy have an ice pack on his face?
on you straight.
Oh,
That's what
All
they're
right, that
saying.
makes sense.
Right,
That makes
that's
sense.
shit
That
like
makes sense.
that.
That
Like,
makes
is
sense.
what- is
Yeah.
what
That man, well,
rappers
suck my
feel
dick
like.
though.
Even the other shit, even the recent
Fuck.
shit. You see, everybody was the shit with the kids and the rocks. It's like, why is Joe out here chasing kids with rocks down the street? You look wild.
Why did-
I don't even know where Joe found. When the last time you seen a rock? Let's just get into that for
Seen a
2
rock
seconds.
chilling?
I ain't gonna dwell on it. When the last time you was walking and you just saw a rock on the floor? Like, first of all, we live in New York. It ain't it's
Two
just-
rocks at that.
Yeah, it's just
No,
like,
it wasn't-
No,
This
it wasn't a
nigga
rock.
had-
It was a
it wasn't
stone.
2 rocks.
It was
not
a
two
stone.
rocks.
It was
It
about
wasn't
5 rocks.
Yeah.
Where did you find these rocks at?
On the side of the house.
I can't, dog. I could walk 10 blocks and I won't see a rock right now. I know I won't.
At Parks. Parks.
I know I won't.
Parks, how long are we at, Parks? Just tell me, please. Don't
Probably
do
2
the,
hours
do the
at
talk
this
back, please.
Well, don't do talk back because
Yeah, don't do just do throw up a
Close the
sign or
fingers.
some shit.
last time we did talk back,
Text me.
it stopped the whole thing.
Nigga said full hard drive.
All right, let's go to sleeper songs then.
See, everything
to
that
it.
I be thinking is a good idea. I see people look at me and say I'm corny. But wait, so
I went home.
but I will say this though, because I be thinking this in my head, but I never say it. Most of the artists, artists, creative, we know creatives are a bit quirky and weird.
Right.
Right?
Right. Absolutely.
Most of them are corny. Some
You
just
know, but
hide
here-
it
but
and
here we go.
mask it.
There we go. That's it.
Way
But that's what I said a long
better.
time
They're
ago.
insecure.
A lot of these.
I already
niggas
told
corny.
you that. That's what separates you from a lot of these artists is you let it be. You let it be.
Yeah,
seen.
like I'm who I am unapologetically.
I said that at the when we first started talking about that. Like you don't care.
That's
You're not
never
worried
gonna
about the
change.
whole. I have to look this
Yeah,
way
no,
to you.
no,
I don't give a
no.
fuck what you think about me. That's been your stance from day one.
And I know a lot of y'all niggas worship some real corny niggas, man.
No. Let's be clear. I know a lot of these dudes are corny behind the scene, but they
Keyword behind the
understand
scenes.
that they understand that they are, which is why they don't put certain shit out.
Suck
because-
my dick.
Okay, well, I mean,
Pardon me, Mom.
Just
I know
don't
you
sing about it
listening.
on a Frank Ocean song.
Right.
Anyway, sleeper songs.
I'm going last. Do you have? I don't want to
I'll go
hear.
first. Just tell me the,
Can Ice not do one?
Yep, Ice is doing one.
You have the aux cord over there.
I'm still going last. Don't try to do that, Rory. Fuck out of here.
If you're going last, then you should pass the aux cord. Is what I'm saying.
Who's going first?
I'll go first.
Go this way.
You have one ready?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, good.
So I just pause it. Just
Rory been getting his ass beat in the sleeper songs.
No, I haven't.
Just plug it in.
I think when did we start it? Episode, let's just say 55.
Whenever we
I'm
started it,
undefeated.
Marissa was winning.
No, she wasn't.
So what I
The
do?
fan said-
just
No,
plug it
fans
in
did
and
not
just
say
play
that.
it?
Yeah, just play it. Well,
Thousand
you gotta tell us who it
fans
is.
say that.
Oh, okay. So this is I don't know if y'all. I'm on my R&B shit now, but this is L.A. Y'all familiar with L.A.?
I am.
Okay.
Like this is off of his album All Have Fallen. It's called Needs.
I like him.
This record.
Yeah. I got needs too.
Me too, LA.
I just need something that's different. I just need someone that's ready. I just need someone that listens.
Good luck with that.
Just need someone that loves me.
This guy's
Need
optimistic.
someone that I just need someone that does me right.
Hey.
Need something I can hold on. Need someone I can be with. Need someone I can live with. Yeah. I just need someone I can roll
Nigga
with.
look for a unicorn.
Be my one and only. Be my one and only. Yeah, yeah.
It sounds like when you make an online dating profile. Well, I'm looking for this.
Won't find him in New York, LA.
Average girl. Ooh.
Song's hard though.
Yeah. And you the homie, you the baddest girl. I'm asking, girl, can you be my nigga?
Hey. Bitches don't ever get this about niggas. We so simple.
Can you be my nigga?
We so
He gives me a
simple.
little Eric Bellinger.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely
Early.
does give me some Eric.
Can you be my nigga?
Yeah, early.
This shit hard though.
LA, good luck with that, man. They all your nigga till you put dick in them.
Be my nigga. Can you be my friend?
All right.
Need someone that's calm. Need someone.
No, we ain't playing all
that's
day. We go
strong.
through
Need a
the.
girl to put on.
So that's out. You know the name of the project?
LA,
Need
All Have
someone
Fallen.
like me.
Say it in the mic, Paul.
She can be.
That's
LA, All Have Fallen. The name of the record is Needs.
It's pretty dope.
I like that song.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty dope record.
So super backstory on my sleeper song. My friends and I were talking about the Frank Ocean album, and I brought up just because it reminded me of an R&B artist that disappeared. Does you guys remember Colin Monroe?
Yeah.
I remember.
You couldn't have told me in 2009 that Colin
think
Monroe
Maul put me on to
was
Colin
not
Monroe
going to
too,
be
actually.
the biggest pop star in the world. You weren't going to tell me that in 2009 that he wasn't going to be the biggest pop star.
Was that label issues with him?
We have no idea. We were talking about it.
I might
Said
have
there
heard
had to
that
have been
somewhere.
some reason. So it just reminded me how great his version of Flashing Lights is, and I wanted to play it for the people that
Oh, you
probably
trying
haven't
to
heard.
body shit. Yeah, Rory's such a faggot. Yo, Rory's so whack. He know he been getting his ass
No, I
kicked,
haven't.
so he go into the easy triple from the DH spot. He bodied this though.
You saw the mail today. I'm lucky if I get paid.
Hey.
If I could get paid, I'd survive another day. Maybe if I could get played, they'd know my name. Your girl's
Hey.
fine, it seems a dime or two.
101.3.
I only wanted one, but I'm no one, so I get nothing. But all this nothing I've got is all that's keeping me tough. Maybe this nothing I've got is enough. When I'm alone and the lights go,
And he bodied Dwelle.
I'm never sure if I can make it back.
Dwelle is underrated for the 4 songs he has that I like a lot.
I'm Cheating is going to be one of my Dwelle sleepers at some point.
Flashing lights, I want those flashing lights.
That's Colin Monroe. I want those flashing
See, I like the
lights.
vibe that you and Maul got going on there. Here come Ice with some
Gonna
fucking.
some
Ice.
Uncle Murder
You
freestyle.
gotta cater to everybody.
No,
man.
you don't. You
No,
really don't.
You gotta try.
No,
to, at least.
no, you don't. No, you don't.
You gotta have
Deadass.
wings. You gotta have fried rice. You
Deadass,
gotta
you
have
really
egg
don't have to
rolls.
cater to
Nah,
everyone.
I ain't gotta. All right, Ice, let's hear it. Yo, brand new. I know y'all heard a little Uzi Vert. This is his nephew,
How many niggas
Lil
think gonna
Pistol.
die on in this verse that Ice about to play?
Yeah, I don't know what Ice about.
Y'all
to
think
do,
he was
man.
gonna die in the verse?
Yeah, definitely. Yes, at least 2 niggas dying.
I gotta think of this. There's some death.
I know it
I
is.
think about that.
I know it is.
I had a sleeper pick that I was going to play. I changed my mind and went somewhere different with it, though. I have been on my West Coast gangster rap shit for the last however many times I've been.
Did we have anyone from the West Coast on our dangerous rapper list?
Oh, there's some on there.
It's some on there.
Yeah.
Let's be clear on that.
Yeah, it's a lot on
There's
there.
some on there.
Yeah,
J-Rock, even though he's the nicest guy in the world.
definitely.
Well, most
Still
of the guys
ain't-
on
still
that
ain't
list are
playing
the
with
nicest
J-Rock.
guy in the world.
Right.
Ice, come on, man, so we can get out of here with this fucking little pistol shit you about to play, man.
Little pistol. Anyway, it's off Game last album. It's called Up on the Wall. Gangster track, gangster rap.
Was
West
this
Coast
on
is back.
disc 7 or disc 6?
This is on disc 2.
Okay.
By the way, disc 2.
Okay.
Quiet as kept. I think Game's squaring up with you too.
Game is
Game is absolutely. He's squaring up with niggas on the ball court out there.
Yeah. I don't know if he's in the top 10 of that list, but Game is squaring up with you.
Bitch ass buster, think you from LA cause you listen to some mustard. This is Battle Cat, my nigga corrupt.
Why you
had the
dissing
battle
Chris
raps.
Brown like
We
that?
go back like 4 flats on a Cadillac. Nigga, you ain't never been to a hood day. You don't know Ice Cube, today was a good day.
This a whole sub
You
to
ain't
Chris
never been
Brown.
dropped off in the jungles, 10 khakis, red
This
bandana wrapped around your
1000%.
knuckles.
Yeah.
Me and my brother used to dip
Fucking
down
his
the
chick.
shaw, stopped at the Wiener Schnitzel, got socked in the jaw by some 60s.
Ice must have got his LA card revoked.
They're trying to get back.
Yeah.
Still good in LA. What are you talking about?
I know, bro.
I'm still good in LA.
Nigga gotta stop in the Swans and pick up a sack. Had 54 eighth and I only had 50. Made it last all day, smoking with the homies. My nigga G Weed from Nellis, my nigga Hooter from Athens Park.
Chris
stay
Brown don't know them.
blacking. 4-line, deuce line, braids still active, and the Cedars ain't giving no pass.
Shout out to Ty Dolla $ign on the hood.
I love Ty Dolla $ign.
I love Ty Dolla $ign too.
Shit.
Anyway.
Miracle gotta be a sleeper song, even though it shouldn't be.
Ice, give me that fucking Oscar,
Yeah.
man. Don't touch it again.
Nope.
You know, play all this shit very quick. Ice don't know no R&B.
No, I do. I cater to the gangster rap.
All right, so this gentleman is their name is PLS and sign TY. Song's called Outlaws featuring Bobby Saint. This is great. Let's see here.
Outlaws, you know we're outlaws. Yeah.
This featuring Gaddafi.
Pull up to the gala, West Side Americana, rolling dirty like the sheriff, so dirty like the sheriff, Louis full of dollars, laying low proud. If you call the deputies, it's going up on a Sunday night. I look into the eyes of angels, living at the solace, living
101.9 real time. Let's go right quick, y'all.
Oh yeah, this kicks back up. This shit fire.
Yeah.
Stick up,
That shit's hard.
hands up, hands up, hands up. Bad things we do.
Yeah. So I want to thank myself just for being dope.
That's what see. That's the shit that niggas be talking.
I don't
Yeah,
give
I'm
a
about to
fuck.
say, you
Rap
not dope. You
Hey,
corny.
whoever think Joe is whack, then rap,
always
nigga.
gonna
Just
go to
rap.
that.
Put it in a bar somewhere. I think you whack. How about that? Niggas
Put it
don't
in the bar
rap.
somewhere. No.
I am. I am. Don't you worry.
No, we good.
Rage
we
in the
good.
Machine coming real soon.
We good.
Motherfucker, I want to thank Maul for coming. I want to thank Ice for showing up. I want to thank Rory for, I'm sure there's something I would thank him for if I knew it. And this was great. This was like a dope barbershop
fun.
talk.
Barbershop talk is what I was gonna label it in the description.
Listen, Maul and Ice are two of my favorite people that should do podcasts that just hate podcasts.
I don't
We
do
had a
podcasts,
podcast.
We the reason you got a podcast.
We Ice and fucking.
Well, according to Hot 97,
I mean,
Hey, I want to be perfectly clear. Number one, fuck Vlad still. But number two,
Vlad is credible.
The story that you guys are making with between Lupe and I where all hip hop and all of you blogs, your sister blogs, y'all running with Joe Budden said he's better than Lupe. First of all, I never said that. I never said that, and I would never say that. What I said was Lupe is scared. And I just have to fuck with Lupe like that every few months because I respect him so, and he won't rap with me, and it's on my bucket list before we die. But I think that, and I wanted to say this, and I'm getting out of here because we're not going to touch on this. We'll talk about it later. You can definitely beat somebody in a battle and not be better than them.
That's a fact.
Well,
That's happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In no way on God's green earth do I think I can rhyme words better than Lupe, and I don't know too many people that can.
That's a fact.
But that don't mean that he can't lose in a battle.
Yeah. That's a fact.
Yeah, I'm saying fans, you guys are idiots. Anyway,
We totally
shout out to
skipped over the
Lupe.
night of, but
I was just going to say before we go, make sure
I'm so
everybody's
off the night of, my nigga. I'm so off it. I'm off power. I'm off the night of. We're gonna talk about all of that shit.
Night of finale this Sunday.
No, please. They ruined that fucking show. They ruined the night
Are they gonna
of.
Sopranos us?
Let's
There's no way they can close the night of in one more episode. It's not possible, and me be happy as a fan.
I heard it was an hour and a half.
I wouldn't give a fuck what it is. The first episode was over 90 minutes.
Yeah.
So it's too much
Yeah,
left.
a lot happened in that.
All right,
Nah,
what we
you
doing?
can't. Nah, you can't do it. I'm tired of Ghost. You fuck too much. You fuck too much to have so much shit. Niggas is popping your head off. Niggas pull the rifles out on you, and you going home to fuck this chick. And every time you finish fucking, Jamie, Jamie, she always, man. I need this podcast later, man. I'm out.